Hello. It's been quite some time since I've played Islanders, hasn't it? I've been editing a video on the world record progression, and it's been taking up a lot of my time. I have a couple other things that are going on in real life too, and as a hobbyist, I don't really have the time to be doing everything that I want to. But instead of continuing to put pressure on myself to get the video edited as like the first and foremost thing, the game got a new update, and I want to try out some of the new challenges. I'll scroll to the bottom. Two of them are kind of nothing burgers: normal run across 10 islands, and then journey through 21 islands with no draw limit, no boons, whatever. The two that I'm going to care about are chilling gifts, which is building scores are doubled, but score areas are halved. This is actually one of the ideas that I gave to the devs through the Discord, and they thought that it was easy enough that they could implement it, which is what I'm assuming these two are, is just like easier modes to be able to like get it in under the time limit, because they were pressured to get this out, and I'm 100% glad that they didn't take any crunch to be able to like get new modes out. Can't have it all. This one I am really excited for. Whenever you select a building pack, the pack you don't choose will be removed from the current island. So I'm gonna be forcing draws of only like very powerful buildings. This will be Verdure, probably Lumberjack to pair along with it. Sauna is probably another building that I'm going to want to take. Fortune Teller 100%. I'm hoping that I can set up a series of boons that will allow me to go infinite by playing one Fortune Teller that will wrap around enough draw to be able to get me to the next Fortune Teller. I do see that it is 5 islands, so my draw will eventually be limited. It's not going to be like infinite at that point, but like it's going to be a crazy amount where if I can loop one fortune teller into the next even just a few times, that's going to be more than any other source of points. Now, I did tell 132 that I was going to do industrious first. I think it's industrious. This is the fully stacked, but the like other form of it. I promised him that I was going to do this one, but I'm going to have to break that promise because I haven't played this game in so long, and I want to have like fun with it compared to forcing myself to do something with the game. So it's going to be can't have it all today. Not. Am I going to be re-rolling for islands? I'll see what the island looks like first. I want to know if there's like different biome spawns. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tropical biome in one of the challenges. Okay, so I'm gonna have to keep re-rolling for tropical biomes. We get 2 boons on island 1, so they do change the boon amounts. I feel like if I've got 5 islands to play, I'm just gonna play them. If I want to get any like wrangle any power out of this, it's going to be from setting up specific boons later on. Boons that I'm going to want to look for: score malt 100%, duplicate, bargain, blossom, level up. I don't know about add statue. It could be good with how many verdures I'm hoping to place. And what's the last one? Sorry, replace. Replace 100%. I'm hopefully going to pick up a reroll and only have like replace in the bottom end of the boon so that I can grab 2 of them. Because if I'm able to replace all of my buildings into like just fortune tellers or something like that, yeah, 100%. I'm gonna take that. So between the 2 original building packs, this is one where I'd already want to restart the run. Seaweed Farm pack adds 20 seaweed fields, I believe, maybe 25, close to that amount, and 5 seaweed farms. That's 25 buildings total. If you're drawing 3 on the first building pack and then 6 after that for a while, you need buildings to be 6 or less if you want to like be able to refresh the pool. If I take Seaweed Farm pack, I need to eat through so many of those buildings to be able to refresh it. Brickmaker pack, you get 6 sand pits, and I think it's 5 brickyards? 4 to 6 brickyards. I don't know the exact numbers. And this is one where it'll be really easy to find out what the case is. Man, I forgot how good this game looks in, 4K. I've been watching Connor Robertson's video as like a way to get back into the game, and it's only in 1080p online. Man, the colors just pop so much more in 4K. Gotta say. Now, Brewing Pack or City Pack? I mean, obviously, we're gonna ditch City Pack because it's so many buildings that I don't want to put into my pool. Brewing Pack isn't perfect, but I guess, like, we don't have Verdure unlocked yet. That's a building that I'm going to have to pick up. Same with Fortune Teller. What other buildings would I want? Temples are not gonna be good. It's Verdure, it's Sauna, it's Fortune Teller. That's already 3 out of the, because there's 5 islands, we're gonna be doing bonus points on Island 4. That is all of the buildings that I get to choose because I don't have a building to choose on Island 1. So it's like Verdure into Island 2, Sauna into Island 3, Fortune Teller into Island 4. Wild. I wonder if there's any other buildings that I'll want to take. Okay, well, under that assumption, I'm just going to play these buildings really quickly because it, like, really doesn't matter what I do on the first island if I'm trying to go infinite later. And you know me, if there's an infinite in a game, I will try to find it. I will try to leverage it for all it's worth. Now, Mason or Lumberjack pack. If I was playing, with Vergers, Lumber pack is obviously the choice, but for right now, with how many brickyards that I have, I think I'm going to be taking Masons. We will be getting, like, almost all of our hop fields here, though. And what's the first boon? Score multiplier? Saving this guy for later. Terrace, it doesn't really mean anything for right now. Really what I'm looking for is... what am I going to say? I'm looking for rerolls early on, as early as I can get them. I mean, just getting through the other boons, I'm going to have to eventually, so it's not that bad. I could have weaseled out an extra 4 points here if I didn't hit this other Mason with this guy, but I'm not going to worry about that. Farming pack, this is a great pack to take because your wheat fields scale... What's the term for it? Like, I want to say exponentially. I think it is just, like, one exponent, though. When I've done other... Well, yeah, I get... How would I put this? It's one number multiplied by the same number. So, like... It's squaring a number, it's square scaling, but it's not exactly exponential scaling. Because you place down the first wheat field, it's worth 2 points. You place down the next wheat field, and it's worth 4, so on and so on. However many wheat fields I play is going to be how many points they're worth, because they all interact with each other. So, like, on average, if I'm playing this guy for 2 points and the next guy for 4 points, the average is between the two of them. So each of these wheat fields I played for 3 points. So you can almost say that every time you play a wheat field, you're playing it for how many points you have of wheat fields total. So this guy right here, I could consider... What is it, like 1 point? This guy I could consider 3 points because the 2 wheat fields here have been played, what is it? This guy for 1, this guy for 4. How do I say this? How do I say what I'm trying to say? Take the total number of wheat fields that you have, divide it by 2, and then multiply it by itself for the total amount of points that you have. Or for the total amount of points that wheat fields are going to earn you. So for, like, this calculation, I have 3 wheat fields. So I played 3 wheat fields total. They're each worth 2 points. I guess, sorry, you don't need to divide it by 2. You just take the number of wheat fields that you have, and then you multiply it by itself. Each of these wheat fields was played for, on average, 3 points. The first guy for 2, the second guy for 6, and this guy in here for 4. I mean... Actually, they're all scoring 4 points, one more than, like, the amount that they're worth, but I'm not going to get, like, that pedantic with it. It's just the amount of wheat fields that you have. So then, like, let's say I have 25 wheat fields, they're going to be worth 25 times 25 points. That's a lot. That's 125 points. That's a lot of points, you know? And they only get better as time goes on. And I digress. Let's place these guys a bit further away so that I can place, sand pit over here. Is there one that I can get on the backside? No? Okay, so let's see how many boons we have. There's going to be... I'm losing some building draw here because I opened up this pack late. Definitely not taking a fountain. Shamans are going to be hard to place as time goes on, though. Not like I really need to worry about that. Let's see what the other boon is. Ooh, easy pickup on the sealed boon. Thank you for making an easy choice for me, game. We've got more wheat fields to place. Which, if I was playing this better, these should obviously be beside the statue over there. Next up, we've got 2 breweries. Let's see if I can space these guys out far enough so that they don't take the negative from each other. Just barely. Okay. Next building pack. Parks or fishers. Not many fish here, but there's nothing that scales parks, really, except for my wheat fields. So, like, they could be fine. I think I'm going to get more points per park than more points per fisher, but it is going to limit my draw pool significantly because there's 45 parks in here, which means no more masons, not as many wheat fields, so on and so on. Add cliff house gets really powerful if you have replace and you can use it on multiple of them, but since I'm not going to be picking up multiple cliff houses and I'm not even going to want to take the cliff house pack in the first place, I want to remove this from the pool. So these guys can be played around shamans, which... New thing in the update. You see how this has a +2 beside the cliff houses here? Shamans score better off of cliff houses, and cliff houses score better off of shamans. No, I think that was one of the buffs to them. I know that these guys got buffed on some of their numbers here. I think it's, +2 points per cliff house instead of +1. Thank you, devs. Also, look at that massive +10 beside the lighthouse. for cliff houses. That is a very big jump. I think it used to be +4. Granted, it is hard to get cliff houses beside a lighthouse because it doesn't score off of like the bulb of the lighthouse, like the bottom side of it. It only scores off of like the triangle on top of the ground. So you need to place a lighthouse beside a cliff that you can build cliff houses onto, but then you're reducing the points of the lighthouse. That's still worth it in points if it's 10 points on a lighthouse for like cliff houses, because these guys normally, yeah, they don't score points anywhere. So what I'm going to do is put a bunch of these guys beside the statue, since they're going to score the best over here, and I can probably also get a shaman to hit the flowers, yeah, and all of the cliff houses, and the statue, and have it be worth a lot of points. Let's get these cliff houses down first. There, ooh, we get the tiny one. Lucky me. Not like it really matters that, oh. Okay, with that in mind, I can undo this. I know that I'm losing out on the bonus points from using an undo here because I haven't used it so far, but it doesn't really matter. A building pack, plateaus or huts. We don't have any city centers. Huts are terrible, so we're going to take plateaus. You can already see how far we've progressed in the building pack. Like, we're already at plateaus and I'm at 400 points. You can really mess with the draw in this mode. Now 12 points, or this is worth 23. Yeah, that's the one that we take instead. I'm not really worried about like building space. Warehouse, we've got a lot of buildings for that. We've got nothing for towers except for what is it? A few masons. That's not going to be worthwhile. So these guys can continue to go down here. Let's get a brickyard in the area. Where is it worth the most? Can I get it on this wall up here? Oh, I can, just barely. That's nice. A hermitage is, I guess it's only beside the cliff houses for right now. It's going to be worth a lot beside the wheat fields here, so like that's fine. Which is fun to like consider taking a building just because it's worth a lot of points. And see, look, my draw is already at 2. I need to be on island 4 if I want to like make any points on this, because my draw is going to get so small later on. I guess one of the best ones is just going to be over here in the corner where it can hit more of the warehouses. Can I hit that last brickyard over there? I can. Can I get 18 points off of this? I'm doing the thing where I'm taking too much time on Island 1, and I don't need to be doing that. Let's look for lots of fun plateau spot. Hi, Wooly. Let's put some parks down in the area before the hermitage goes down. And parks will be better served over here. I think the cliff houses would have scaled off of these parks in the area, so I should have played the parks first. Again, that's getting pedantic, and I'm not about being pedantic here. Let me just grab some points, get onto the next island, see if I can do anything crazy later on. Ooh, a nice 14-pointer. What else do we have? Circus or a market? Circus is going to score off of nothing because I don't have taverns. Market is going to score off of, like, next to nothing. It starts with a negative score, but I just need it to be beside, yeah, the warehouse, and then we're fine. I think I could also put it up here. Right, it doesn't score off of cliff houses. I forgot. Okay, so down here it goes. The Hermitage, I think I've boxed out now, so I would need to place up here, which deletes a lot of the greenery. I guess up here works too. 78 is not bad as a score for a Hermitage. What's next? A monument? We do have some parks without them being beside a lot of wheat fields. It's going to score more than a wall, for sure. But by how much more? I'm unsure. Let's get that last park down before doing so. So there. 45 points is not half bad. And a fish kite. I think this scores off of the market. It's going to score more than the wall platform. Whatever it is, it's going to score more than the wall platform. Not much, but this is still more points than a wall platform. Where are we getting the last 15 points? Why am I not seeing it? Oh, because it needs to detect the market on that side. It needs to be down lower. So here. The terrace can be played literally anywhere because I'm not going to be playing any buildings on top of it. We only got one shaman, which is very unlucky, and we're not going to be seeing another one because our building draw is now at 1. The only building left to take... Oh, right! I forgot, you are actually going to see more. Well, if I were to get these last 95 points here, which through better play I could have, but through this run I'm not going to. Actually, hold on. I might, because this mill is going to be worth a lot with all of the wheat fields. Let me see if I can get it in a better spot anywhere. No, okay, it is just best beside all the masons. Doesn't matter about, like, it having no, like, having its rays unblocked. All right, and then this guy is best around a sawmill or a warehouse or some trees. I think it's just trees, because it, right, it's not around a warehouse. It is just around sawmills, right? Right, so let's get it around trees then instead. Go there. Oh, and a second Hermitage. Don't mind if I do. But I don't have the space for it. Rough. Because I didn't plan ahead, because I'm not thinking about getting a second Hermitage on Island 1. Yeah, and I don't think they can be played on wood. I'm uncertain. It's been a long time since I played the game. I could probably check my notes and find it somewhere, but 23 is looking like the best that I can get. Okay. So you might be able to see that, like, if I had a bunch of buildings like these, I could spike from one to the next to get, like, through a lot of drop packs. Like, if I was just playing Hermitages, because I only took, like, wheat fields that are going to scale off of themselves, and Hermitages that can scale, like, kind of off the wheat fields to help me through the mid-game, wheat fields and fortune tellers to be my end game, that this could go crazy. Now, we are looking for Sauna, Verdure, fortune teller. If I don't see them, I'm going to reset the run and play it quicker than I did this time around. Mountain Shrine is a secondary option to Sauna, although it is not as good. Gonna reset. And it should only take me like a minute to get through the first island now. Challenges. Can't have it all. Let's see if anybody's put up some good scores. Come on, where's theirs, Johan? Ooh, interesting. 97k. I feel like I could beat that on a regular run, but again, I want to try going for like some crazy top end that involves some like lateral thinking compared to just like playing the island to the best of your ability. All right, Brewing Pack, Hopfield scale themselves. I feel like it's better than the Brickmaker Pack, although Masons are a small... I'm overthinking it. Let's get these Hopfields down, get on to the next island. Definitely not a city pack. Crazy that I would already reset this run if I was trying to play like a maximized island one. Yeah, because this just ain't it. Lumberjack pack. We do have a lot of trees up there, and I don't have anywhere to play Masons, really. Let's take this 10-point hit so that I can play some pretty good seaweed fields. Farming pack will just make it easy to get from one pack to the next. Four shamans when I pick up the first pack. That's wild. Okay. I do need to get to that third boon before I move on to the next island, so let's just quickly get there. Alright, that is all of the boons that we'll get. Don't want to see... This is the exact same that I saw last time around. There's no way that the boon order is the exact same. What did I grab after Terrace? I think it was like cliff houses? I remember seeing Sealed Boon this time around and saying that it was easy choice. No, it's different. Oh, thank God. Because I thought that the boons were going to be in the exact same order every single time. And that could be either really powerful or absolutely detrimental to the strategy. Okay, having rerolls here early is nice. I guess I could, like, stand to play one early. Let me think about this more critically. If I have rerolls right now, by the time I get to Island 5, I could have a second reroll stocked up because I'm getting boons on Island 1. I'm assuming you're going to get a few more boons. So Island 4, I have 2 rerolls regularly, and I somehow randomly bink one from a sealed boon. That would mean that I would have 12 max, like 12 at max, under like perfect conditions. What could I do with 12 rerolls? Right, there was something that I wanted to test. Let me get a bit more power on this island. Actually, let me test it on the next island in case I don't get the verdure that I want without rerolling. So the thing that I want to test is normally how you draw buildings is there's a deck of cards that has been like kind of shuffled. Like there's Brewing Pack and all that, and Seaweed Field and all those things early on, and like for those 3 or 4, they're shuffled in a random order, but like you have to have those at the beginning. When you open up a pack or like select a pack, it'll draw the top 2 cards from that deck, show them to you, and then you're asked to pick one. Whichever one you pick gets discarded, whichever one you don't gets put back on top of the deck, normally. In this one, now both of them get discarded. So I'm assuming, or like I could see an oversight from the devs where when you click the reroll button, because those cards are like quote unquote discarded, they could be removed from the pool entirely instead of them going to the special discard that eventually get put back on top of the deck afterwards. We're seeing Mountain Shrine a second time here. I would really like to see a Verdure. I'm going to spend one reroll to see if it'll happen. There it is. I think Fortune Teller is... No. Verdure is just always the best option. It's such a good early game building. It's going to scale all of my other buildings. I'll need Fortune Teller for the top end, but I need this now. So, when I go to add a building pack, of course, Verdure, of course. We're gonna be spawning a lot of fish on this map. Let me grab some good point scores. Not really gonna care about like exactly where my flowers need to go because I'm not planning on playing this round to like completion. This is an interesting area to, or like an interesting island to build on, because a lot of the packs have a lot of their buildings removed from them, because like let's say you're playing what is it, like a brick maker. Where do the sand pits go? There's no sand to play them on, so you like literally can't play them, or like those buildings don't exist in the pool. Like breweries don't have hop fields, so there's a lot less buildings for you to draw. Like right here, if I take brewing packs, it's just going to be a lot of breweries that I get, and there's only 3 in a pack. So when I click this, I'm already going to draw into like my second pack of, or I guess I'm at the end of the pack right now. Or end of the draw pool. There's nothing left in the pool, so. For those uninitiated, let me slow down for a bit here. I picked Verdure as my round 1. Brickyard is out because of the challenge. I picked Brewery as my round 2. Seaweed Pack is now out because of that decision. That's fine. That's just like regular challenge things. When I pick Verdure, in the back end what happens is it puts 6 buildings into a pool of buildings that I could draw. And then for your first draw, you get 3 of them. So I get 3 Verdures in my inventory. You saw 4 because I had the Verdure that I selected when I like started the island. Okay, so I've got 3 regular Verdures, 4 total. What happens when I choose my next building? Okay, so it goes to add all of the buildings from that pack into the pool. Normally, that would be 3 breweries and 10 hop fields, but there's no like grass on this map, so it knows you can't place hop fields, so it doesn't give you hop fields to begin with. All right, so you only have 3 breweries in the pool, and you already drew 3 of your 6 Verdures, so what do you have to draw this time to draw through 6 buildings? All of them completely. Okay, but what happens if you run out of buildings? Well, it re-adds all of the buildings that you already had. So let's say that my next building were to be like mills or something. Mills you get 5 of in a pack. What's going to happen is it's going to draw me all 5 of my mills because there's nothing left in the pool. It's going to see the pool is empty, and then it's going to add 1 copy of Verdure, 1 copy of brewing packs, and 1 copy of mills to the pool. And by 1 copy, I mean them in their original amounts. So there would be 6 Verdures in the pool, 3 breweries, and 5 mills. And then from there, you have a random chance to draw whatever they are, weighted by the amount of buildings you have. So like I'm more likely to draw Verdures because there's 6 of them, less likely to draw breweries because there's 3 of them, and pretty likely to draw mills, like almost 1-to-1 with Verdures, right? Not going to do the actual calculations for probability, just like more likely to get Verdures there. And then as I keep going with buildings, I could empty that pool again, or at the very least, I've got 12 Verdures that are so powerful on any island that isn't lava or tundra, because you can spawn a lot of trees, and you hit a blossom on those trees, and you place a shaman in that area, and you place a hermitage down, and your green areas just become so ungodly powerful. That's the plan. That's what I want to do for the early game to score a bunch of points. Then with all of those points, with all the extra buildings that I have in my bar, I play a Fortune Teller that earns me so much building draw that I go get through all of my Verdure copies again, and all of my, let's say it's like Mason copies, all of my Plateau copies, and so on and so forth, until I eventually draw into another Fortune Teller. Okay, but I added so many buildings to my building bar, and I'm playing a second Fortune Teller, that I'm going to be able to do that again. And again, and again, and again, and then it's infinite, right? Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to go truly infinite, because the one draw of a building after a while is so hard to beat. But there's a possibility. If there's a chance, I'm going to go for it. One of the things that I wanted to try as well was re-rolling to be able to, remove 2 buildings from the pool. So, like, let's say I just, like, remove everything except for, like, Verdures, Shamans, Hermitages, maybe wheat fields. I think I'll need space to play buildings, so like I'll probably take a plateau. Yeah, I'll take a plateau. That's a better building than terrace, because a terrace has such big negatives with each other when you're playing a lot of them in an area. So like those are the buildings that I would take, and I would just re-roll to remove everything else. Under the best case scenario, I have 12 re-rolls, so I can remove 24 buildings. I think there's around 40 to 50 building types in the game. I'm not 100% sure on that, because like I've never had to do that math before. But with that many rerolls to remove that many buildings, and I'm selecting like 5 or 6 of them from the pool, double that number because I'm discarding one of them. That's getting through like 35. How many is that going to be? Like around 34 to. Let's do 35 to 40 buildings, just completely like 35 to 40 buildings that I'm either taking or removing from the pool through picking them or through rerolls. If rerolls think how they will work in this game, or like if they work slightly buggy, that means that I only have to deal with like 5 bad buildings. And those 5 bad buildings could be like, I don't know, singular buildings. Something like, well, the aviary is an example of one, but I'm not going to be able to get it because that's a building you have to unlock, but I'm already locked into getting verdures. Sauna was a building that I wanted to take. They're a small amount of buildings, but they're highly point dense with trees. I'll get back down the rabbit hole of those trains of thought when I'm like actually in that setting. Let me just play some verdures. Let me play some points. We're looking for Lumberjack Pack as a way to get some mid-game points with all of these trees in this area around the statue. Can I place a second one around here? Kind of. I'm only hitting 1 flower down here. I'm fine with this. 8. There's a 9. I like that. Let me play these breweries because they're not getting any better or worse, because like they're only good around the statue, right? This guy isn't close enough to the statue, and he won't be even if I rotate him, so we can just play him all the way out here. Keep him away from all the other buildings, because like they're really not going to scale anything except for taverns, but like I don't want to take taverns. Lumberjack Pack, we're like contractually obligated to take because these lumberjacks are going to be good. They'd be so much better on any other island, but not this one. Right, I want to play them more dense so that my lumberjacks are better, not just 4 points. Is there a lot of trees on this one? If I was playing this better, I'd look for like where the trees spawn on the verdure, make sure that like I'm maximizing the tree spawns for a given area, and not this time, not this time. So if I move down to spawn some extra trees like that, I'm also likely to hit those flowers down there too. Can I get an extra spawn by going down low here? No. What about actually just spawning trees down here? How many can I get? Not many. It's mostly flowers, honestly. Which isn't exactly a bad thing because of shamans, but... Sure, I'll take 5 down here. I should play one up here where I'm going to be playing my other lumberjacks soon, because I'm going to need to play them for points shortly. Hey, I'm fine with that 6. Let's play the breweries, because they're basically free placements. They're not getting any better. Now we just need to play 1 lumberjack to get to the next round, and hey, look at that, 32-point lumberjack. Any other map, that guy's worth 40 to 50 points with how many verdures have spawned so far. Now, option, Mason or Lighthouse. Which one do you think we should pick here? I'll give you like 5 seconds to ruminate on it. Okay, it's obviously the Lighthouse. Reason being, it's going to add 2, I think it's only 2 lighthouses, it might be 3, 2 lighthouses to the pool. We're trying to draw into more verdures and more lumberjacks and more other buildings that are more powerful. Masons are going to be worth like 13 points throughout the entire game. They're not a worthwhile building. And lighthouses are pretty point dense for like what they're like. This is a 30-point building compared to a brewery that's like a 10-point building. It's a fine building to cycle through, all things considered. Let's just place them wherever. I'm not gonna worry about them scaling fissures or anything like that. We'll just place them down. Now we've got shaman or a farming pack. Farming pack does add 5 mils to the pool. Shaman adds 6. We've got so many verdures and so many flowers that I think shamans are going to be more powerful. We've also got a boon, and you'll see, oh my god, how is he only drawing the buildings that he's picking? Because there's nothing left in the pool. There's no more verdures for me to draw. There's no more lumberjacks for me to draw. There's no more lighthouses for me to draw. If you could re-roll a little bit early to, like, say hit lighthouse 1 earlier, and there's 3 buildings, and force you to get some more verdures early, that's also another strategy, which is why re-rolls are, like, the most powerful boon currently. Add statue or sustainable. I feel like I want to remove sustainable from the pool. It's fine for industry or harvesting buildings. I don't think this counts with verdures. No, it doesn't. Okay. I want to save add statue for later when I have more trees and flowers in an area, especially if they're blossomed. So, points to get to the next round. It's between shamans and it's between lumberjacks. I'm feeling like playing some shamans. No particular reason in comparison to the lumberjacks, just that they feel more fun to me right now. This guy's a lot better, and it's like the perfect distance away from this guy, which feels nice. I'm hoping to find another one that's like a perfect distance away in one of the corners here. Not as good. Can I get one up top here? Yes, but it's not blocking the rays, so I need to, yeah, dig it down into the wall. I remember doing this on one of these islands before, so like that's why I know that this space exists. Now I can try putting one down here. Yeah, because I remember zigzagging down, up, and back and forth. I should open this building pack before I get too far ahead of myself. Fisher could scale off the lighthouse. I am going to grab more verdures. I'm probably not going to spawn that many more trees. They're obviously better than fountains, so we'll take them. It does add, it's between like 7 and 9 to the pool, so like it's net negative on how many draws we have to be able to like cycle back into the same pack. So that's rough, but I'll live. I'll manage. 29 points here. 17 up here, not as much as I'm hoping for. Let's see if there's any better placements down below to like the point that like I just shouldn't consider this 17 pointer. Can I get anything weaseled down this wall? 33 in comparison. Let me try one more time here. Ah, this one is 33 as well. I just hit the, what is it, shaman on the right-hand side before? Or I wasn't digging it into the wall enough. Yeah, this is 37. This is 30. I'll take a 39. I'm not going to try to weasel it off to the right anymore. I feel like, yeah, this guy fits in. That's fine. Okay, so I was about to place this guy because, like, it's just obviously the next place that the shaman is going to go, the way that I've been playing them. Let me open up this building pack first so that I don't overscore here and then cause myself to only get 5 building draw out of this 6 building draw pack. Not taking parks. No chance. I don't have a snowball's chance in hell of taking parks because there's 45 buildings in that thing. I am not getting through that building. Like, that just ruins my pool. I'm only ever going to be drawing parks for the rest of the game. Huts or towers, 20 compared to 5, but towers aren't a good option. So I would like to re-roll to see if I'm ever going to see huts and towers again. So I re-roll, and now it's between warehouse and tavern. Warehouse adds 3 to the pool, tavern adds 3 to the pool. I don't like either of these buildings, so like, if I were to discard them, if re-roll does actually discard them, I'd re-roll them again. I'm just going to take warehouse. I think tavern starts at a negative score and warehouses don't. We've also got a boon to open. Let's see what this one is. Shrink building or add statue. Saving add statue for later. Let's take a shrink. Now it's time to play these guys. They're good beside breweries, fishers, sawmills, and statues. I feel like I can put like 1 here, but like there's not going to be any other places to play warehouses. I'll wait on them though. Plateaus are only good beside each other, so like I'm just going to start playing them out in the water eventually. Which feels weird. Fishers also need to be beside. Ooh, there's a lot of fish spawns over here. Okay, so 1. This seems like the next best spot, and I'll put a second one over here. And then this one is worth 9. That is probably going to be better than most other fishers that I can place. This one is worth 10, I believe. Nice. This one can be worth 14. That's better. Let's put this guy down and off to the right so that I have more space to play 1 over. This isn't going to matter because there's already a fisher down here. 12 points is still better than the 9 that I saw earlier. And then this one could be played for 11 if I play this fisher better. So like this guy is being played for 12 regardless of like which side he's placed on. So if I play him on the right-hand side here, I can get a fisher. Oh, this is only 9 points. Can I get 11 here? No, it's close. I wanted to take this fish and this lighthouse at the same time, but that's not happening. All right, so we do see tower and hut again. So re-rolling does not work how I would like it to, the way that makes it easier to infinite. So I'm going to take tower to not like ruin my building pool. because there's nothing that huts scale off of except for fissures, but I haven't put those all in a singular area yet. Huts do also scale off of shamans, so I could have taken them. They're probably going to earn me more points than a tower, but like it is funny to just have like such a small building pool that like I know exactly what I'm getting. At this point, because I'm already reducing my draw, the play to like lower my pool or like keep my pool consistent and small isn't like the optimal play, but it's the play that I want to make. This is our next boons. Like we could move on to the next island whenever we feel like it. Duplicate is definitely being saved for a fortune teller later, so that's not happening. I would like to see what the next building packs are, just because I'm curious. Right, market is better than circus. We get all 3 markets, and we got an extra fissure here because we didn't draw through all of them yet. I believe there's only 6 plateaus in the pack, so we've still got some more buildings to go before we, what is it, like get out of the woods, or before we reshuffle buildings into our pool. 19, this is a bigger number than up top, let's take it. Fissure, worth 8 points over here. Any better anywhere else? This is worth 9. Let me just place that before I forget the spot. This guy is worth 8. This guy's worth 9. That's better than 8. And I think, yeah, that's it for fissures. These guys do scale off fissures, so I could have considered that by playing like too close to the wall over here or something. Eh. Markets are only going to be scaling off of warehouses, really. So, like, I'll need to play all of my warehouses in an area that I can play all my markets. Can a market fit up here? Yes, 1 can. So then 2 goes down here, and then, like, maybe 3 fits over here. So I'd like to play a warehouse over here. And I've already played all my shamans, like, that doesn't really matter. And then, like, down here could work. Oh, and I've got a 4th warehouse. Oh, there's 4 warehouses in a pack? Interesting. Thought it was less. This guy, I believe, goes down second. This guy goes down first. But if we're playing this guy and the one up top, I'd like to play a warehouse down here somewhere. That fits? Does this fit? This fits. Okay. So 1 plays down here, 1 plays up here. That just barely tags the other guy. Come on. There's gotta be a way that I can weasel this over some more. There's no way that I can play it across the gap? No, because it needs feet in the center. So what I can do, because the plateaus are not going to be worth like anything for points, is I can play a plateau like over here, play a market on top of. Really, it's so close, man. Okay, so here. And then here. Now, I could try to get that extra warehouse in, so then I can move this plateau down here to get this guy a little bit further to the right. So here. For 63 points. That guy is 420. This guy is also for 20, so we'll take the spot that doesn't need me to delete any trees. Let me open these building packs before I forget. Monument only scales off parks, doesn't work. Fish kite will scale off of all of my markets. There's only 2 fish kites in a pack, so we've drawn all of them. Hermitages have been ruined from the lumberjacks, but water platforms aren't much better, and there's more water platforms in the pack. I'd like to take the Hermitage to see where we go. There it is. There's the verdure that I was talking about. This is our 8th verdure, quote unquote our 7th, because I drew 6 from the pack normally. This is the first verdure coming from reshuffling all of the buildings back into the pool. This guy, I could just place him anywhere, really. I don't care about the points anymore. So now anytime that we draw buildings, because we're not selecting new packs, we're going to be redrawing from the same pool that we spent all this time getting to, so now we could draw anything again. I guess I could put all of my plateaus in one area to get them all to score each other. This doesn't score off of plateaus. This doesn't score off of towers, so I don't need to worry about that. Hermitages, I think, like plateaus. They do. Do they dislike markets? They don't care about markets. Okay. Let me see what this is like in this area. Ooh, I think I might want to play some plateaus around this area then, because 60 points is a lot, and I was thinking, oh, I could play them around a bunch of plateaus. It's not worth the same amount of points. It'd be worth like 30 out in that other area, and I'm not like deleting any trees with it, but I'll start here. Oh, and I've got a bunch of shrinks. Forgot about that. And sustainables. Let's do a sustainable first on this guy. Yeah. What a freeing feeling to be a high-scoring player that just, like, doesn't care about score anymore. Oh, right, this wasn't our last selection. I just assumed that water platform is at the end. Wall? Seriously? Coming after wall platform and water platform? That's crazy. Wall platforms are 6 of in a pack. Walls, there's 11 of in a pack, but I've already reshuffled, and I'm not going to reshuffle again, so I don't need to make those considerations. I think wall is a more fun building to play around, even if there isn't anything for me to really put it beside apart from, like, this market here. Oh, and I can't wrap it around the market because I didn't, what is it? I didn't play it in the center of the plateau here. I was thinking that I'd be able to put a wall here. Oh, I think I can get this one off. I can. Okay, here, and then this. It's a really fun thing to do with walls. I like it a lot. I'm also hoping to get this one down, so that if I do get another wall in the future, I can play a laddered wall out here. I don't know if it's going to take this guy, because they'll be on, like, uneven terrain, but we'll see. We'll see. Tower's worth 4 points. I forgot I could stack all of my towers in one area to make my fish kites better. My bad, my bad. Man, this is such a oh, it's minus 45. I didn't realize that was that big of a minus for fish kites. 55 is pretty good. Can I take this extra tower and the market at the same time? I think I could, but I'd hit the other fish kite while doing so. So, of course, it's not worth it. Down here, ooh, I can sneak out the extra tower down below by doing this. I like that. Sure, let's add another set of buildings though to see what happens. Okay, fish kite can go down there. There's our second Hermitage, which we will use a sustainable on instead. Ooh, I could have used a neighborly. I forgot that I had that boon, I'm gonna be honest. Come on, I had this guy placed and then slid him down into position. Come on, you can go further than that, right? Why do you get stopped? Is a Hermitage not like an exact edge? No way it gets thicker as it goes on. No, okay, I was just playing it poorly. Sure, I'll take one for 76. Could I have placed this Verdure earlier to get it to score more points? Yeah, of course. Am I going to worry about it? No, not even a little bit. Now we're drawing singular buildings. The sawmills up here are going to go crazy in this area. I've never seen a sawmill like this before. I don't think many people have. Market. Neighborly works? Neighborly works. Where would I place it? I'd want to place it on like a plateau here. Don't think that's going to give it enough space. Here? No, not that either. If I can get it to play off of a wall, then it would be fine. Right here could maybe fit a market, but it might also get hit by the top. Let's see where a market actually scores points first. This is where it hits all of them. I would love a market to go here, but I don't think there's enough space for it to be played. And if I use a shrink, then I can't use the neighborly. This might offer enough space for a market. It does. Nice. Okay, let's get that neighborly in there. There it is. Just barely, man. That is so tight. Oh, it's not tight on this one, but that's so tight on this angle. Singular Shaman to play. This one could use a... It's either a neighborly or sustainable. I think a sustainable makes it... Does it actually... No, it only takes a negative from other shamans in city centers. Let's use a neighborly then and see where it's worth more. I think I had like a really good position up here. It was worth like... Yeah, this one's worth 38. This one was worth like 40 something. But I've deleted flowers in that area since. Yeah, this just blocks so many rays and it still has 5 flowers beside it that it's worth it. Sawmill. 67 points, 48 points, 43 points. warehouse is going to be good beside... Ooh, I can get a sustainable here, I believe. Because this is an industry building. It's not worth much more because of it, but it's an increase. I'll take it. Nice. Just barely tags that market down there for 26 points. Beside a bunch of fishers. I guess I could place one on the outside of the plateau here. Up here's fine. Up here isn't. I think there's like one fisher out here. Yeah, but it's beside shamans. So that's not going to work either. Okay, so it is just this rock, I believe. And don't worry, this isn't going to make me change my mind about sawmills. They're still a terrible building normally. It's just that I've placed so many lumberjacks that they become good here. How am I seeing that like spike up in points? Or is it like a spike down in points? Is it like dropping me down to 23? I think it is. Because I keep thinking that it's like adding points somehow, but there's like no lumberjacks in this area that, yeah, add to it. It is a drop in points. Okay. Fishers have not gotten any better. Guess maybe this could be a fine one. I can't find a spot that isn't taking other fishers. Oh, here. Right here, I guess. Okay, and one last building as a verdure. I guess I could play this on shamans to get a lot of points, because yeah, they're worth 5 around shamans. And I placed the neighborly shaman, I believe it was this one here. So this is the best area for me to look for something. And it's not worth much more points than a fish one, surprisingly enough. Can I get fish to spawn in while still taking these shamans? Yes, I can. Can I get 2? I can get 1. That's the secret flower. That's not the actual flower. I'll take an 18 and move on. All right, let's go to the next island. I kind of wanted to see how far I could push an island, just to build up some intuition about how difficult it's going to be on island 4 to do the same thing. I might do the same thing on this island. I might just play it quickly. Who knows? Fortune teller we have to take. Oh, and stellar? For me? For real? So if I'm taking a stellar here, like, oh, why am I not going for ley lines for more sealed boons? I can't. They only spawn on island 4. I need island 4 for bonus points. Oh, if you think you can get so many points from an infinite, why don't you try going infinite on island 5? I mean, yes, if I do go like truly infinite, then sure, I can get up to crazy amounts of score by just placing a bunch of fortune tellers there. But like, the process gets expedited so heavily if you can use score loops on bonus point scoring. If I do get a ley line on island 4, I will consider it. Have to take verdure. I'm very glad to get rid of seaweed farm pack. Now we can play our trees up here around the statue for an extra 4 points, or we can play them down here with all of the other trees. Difficulty being, this is sand. You only play the blooming trees down here. This is not going to be a high scoring island. I am just going to speed run through this guy. Well, not speed run, but like I'm not going to worry about my decisions too much. Here, taking a -5 hit. We're spawning a bunch of trees. I'm fine with that one. Lumber pack over brickmaker pack. I'm fine to discard the brickmaker pack. I don't know if there's much more space up here for trees. I can get a few more before I start playing lumberjack packs to make the lumberjacks more worth it. Can I get any positive point scores here? I can, but only 1. Okay, sure. And then this, can I get any positive point scores? By hitting the statue I could, but that doesn't really feel worth it. Okay, that feels worth it. A lot of trees being spawned on one edge there. Yeah, like that. Okay, time to get some lumberjacks up top. If I play them further over here, that means I can play lumberjacks over here. This is 2 sets of 30 compared to 1 set of like starting at 34, which I believe is more points. We just don't want to delete any trees while we do this, so we can start here. They don't snap, which is a good thing. Let's start playing lumberjacks on this side so that I know where like my edge is. Oh, Brewing Pack or City Pack. So this is also why you'd want to take a rerolls, because I might have rerolled past Brewing Pack. We'll take it anyways. We're gonna grab lighthouses instead of masons. I could save the lighthouses for later. I should stick to the, oh, I'm gonna go through this island quicker and like actually do that. Farming Pack or Shaman. This is a difficult one on a regular island or like on a final island. I'd rather take a Shaman because Blossom. But on this one, Farming Pack is easy to just place a bunch of buildings. A lot of my draw is going to go into it, so it's going to just like mean that, oh, I play easy wheat fields, and I can keep playing easy wheat fields over and over and over again. Fissures or fountains. I'll take fissures. Play wheat fields beside this mill, so it'll eventually pay itself back. Replace, we want to save until later. Increase area is going to do, like, nothing for us. Parks or plateaus. Don't want to limit my draw with parks. Plateaus are going to offer me nothing except for building space later. These lumberjacks, now because I've deleted some trees, are only worth 17. Still better than down there. And they're going to make sure that our lumberjacks stay congested, so our sawmills are also better. Here's fine. Fortune teller isn't worth that much. Granted, yeah, I'm not playing this island to perfection, and it is a desert island. It's just going to be worse. Come on, show me the 29 points. Come on, it's not happening. Hut or tower. Hut scale well off shamans. I don't have shamans this time around, right? I didn't take them. Tower. This does also mean that, like, because I took, like, I had the option between huts and towers last time, I had them at this point in the game again, because nothing about the draw order has changed. I mean, the only, like, things that are going to, from game to game, are which building you picked, and what, like, beginning buildings you got. Because the beginning buildings are like, oh, you have the chance for Verdure, Seaweed Farm, Brewing Pack, and Brickmaker Pack all at the same time. So between those 4 buildings, which 2 are you going to choose? And then the rest of them just fall into line of like, oh yeah, do you take huts or towers on this one? Do you take this or that? And that could change, because like, what happens if I get Sonnet? It gets tossed into the build order earlier, and the parity gets flipped. Instead of getting towers and huts, I get huts and the next thing. So then instead of choosing between the towers and the huts, I'm choosing between tower and X and hut and Y, you know? Fortune teller? Okay, so fortune teller instead of warehouse, that's great, because like, I don't care about warehouses in these runs. Let's see what the other 2 boons are. Duplicator Cliff House. Easy take on the Cliff Houses. Demolish or Wisp. Wisp would be so good for points later on. So I'm going to take a Demolish, because Demolish isn't going to do anything for me. By so good for points, I mean early game points. The more early game points I get, the more my Fortune Teller scales. The earlier I get my Fortune Tellers off at good points, the more buildings that I'm going to have to, like, continue to scale them at. If that makes sense. Let's get the extra flour by doing this. Spawn some fish for the fishers, which would mean here. Do I place a fisher first or a lighthouse first? I place the fishers first, lighthouse second. Can I get 3 fish around this area? I don't think so. I could get 1 more fisher around these 4 here, which is still a good amount of points. And maybe in range of the lighthouse if I play it close enough. This one is not worth it in points. This one will be if I get this guy in play. Sure. Let's do 1 here. Let's do 1 here. Tavern or circus. Both bad options. Tavern's a bit better because of brewery. Bargainer. Oh, why are you gonna have to make me choose between these two? I want both of them, man. I'll take one of them to continue going through the draw order, or like the boon draw order. I could leave these two options available so that I'm like guaranteed to get one of them on the next island, on the 4th island, the one that I want all of these boons for, but I need to remove more from the pool. I don't know which ones those are, but I know that there are more left in there. I'm fine getting rid of one of these. I mean, I'm honestly only going to keep 4 in the bottom end, so I'd like save a duplicate, a blossom, maybe a wisp, and a fortune teller instead. So let's get the bargain out of here so that I don't need to worry about the limited to a single option 5 times. Let's add a building pack, easy on the Hermitage. Fish kite or wall platform. Do I even have anything that scales fish kites? I mean, I have towers that I'm going to play eventually, which is better than a wall platform. All right, that is not the last boon yet. We still got another 2. Precious or wall platform. Precious could do more for me. Wall platform could do less. It's so funny to take the boons that offer you less points compared to more points. Like such a backwards way of thinking. Monument or wall. Monument doesn't scale off parks. This could be a big negative building to point invert with, but I'm not doing that. And then market is the last guaranteed choice. So when I'm on island 4, I'm going to be getting mostly the same decisions, and I'm not going to be having to pick any new building packs into it, because like the one extra building pack that I take, hopefully Sauna, is going to be offered at the same time as, like, let's say market here. It's going to be in a different point in the draw order, but like I'm at an odd number right now. Once I get to the even number of like building packs in my deck, it's not going to force me to add any more buildings, which is kind of nice. All right. Hold on. There's still one more boon to get down here because Stellar adds 2 to the score meter and 1 to the post-game boons. Do I know why? No, it just does. I don't know why it's not said anywhere. Score multiplier is great, duplicate is great, but I want to dig more through the pack. Duplicate is worth more points to me than a score multiplier. I think score multiplier might actually be worth more, because a duplicate would get me an extra copy of a fortune teller. A score multiplier makes it so that my fortune tellers are worth more. This is worth 120%. If I have 2 fortune tellers, this is worth 100% because it just gives me another fortune teller to play. However, playing a fortune teller will scale the next fortune teller that comes after it, so I think holding on to duplicate is better. Score multiplier is more like I can use it whenever. It doesn't have to be used on a fortune teller as well, so it can help my early game. You know, I'll take duplicate. I'll take duplicate. All right, level up and blossom. So now we're getting like really close to the end of the pack. Do I feel like taking any of these boons? Because this guarantees that I get blossom on the first pull, which I really want, really do. Because then my shamans are better. Not my parks. Do I really need a blossom then? Give me a second to ruminate on it. I'll be back. So, do I want to take this blossom here to remove it from the pool and help me get to like more boons that I want? No, because what boon is going to offer me more points than this? Maybe the duplicate that I got rid of earlier, but like level up is going to be worth more points than a duplicate at some point. Blossom is going to allow me to point invert a verdure, which, because I don't have guild halls unlocked, I'm not going to be able to point invert a guild hall through level up. So Blossom unlocks that tech, which will earn me 300 points. It's a boon combination, so like I have to consider the price of taking Blossom in the first place to turn on that boon combination. That's fine, because I can just eat that up in all of the points that my shamans are going to give me, which is going to be a lot, especially because I'm like purely playing for verdures, and I'm hoping for a tropical island, or a temperate or a luminescent one, hopefully tropical, so that I can stack a bunch of trees in one area to use this on. So I am going to hold on to this boon. It doesn't mean that I get through this one extra boon at the bottom of the bar, but that doesn't really matter. I banked Stellar anyways, so it's not like I'm actually 2 boons ahead of where I should be in the draw order, which is fine. Let me go and add, sorry, this isn't a boon pack. I was thinking that was the building pack, but that's my bad. What's the next building to play? Wheat fields are worth a lot of points. They have scaled because I've got such a big field here for them all. Another one, that's nice. 7 walls, a lot to ladder. Pretty big building bar. What do I play next? Hermitage could be fine up here. This is where the wall platform could come in handy if it's green. That boon I'm not going to be able to use, so just going to put that out of my mind. It's green. Lucky us. Placing it up here will allow me to play a few more wheat fields, and maybe a mill on the outside here afterwards. Yeah, that's worth it. Let's get a Hermitage, or maybe if I'm lucky enough, I could get 2 squeezed in here. I think I can get 2. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so 1 goes here. That deletes a tree, though, so we play this one first. No way. Hold on, how close is this? Because this is going to be a lot easier to see from, like, this perspective. Oh, that's tragic. If I didn't move this... Wait. Wait, what am I doing? I could just... And I mean, I could even remove the second one, because it's going to be -5 points on both these fortune, or, Hermitages. How much are you worth? 13 points. Are you worth the space that I get back? I think this one would be worth the space, because they'll eventually draw into some more wheat fields, right? Current draw 4. I don't know. I'm not going to delete it. Not yet. It's fine. This one down first, because it's going to... not delete any trees. This one might. If I do it like this, it doesn't. If I do this, it takes up less space. Or if I do this, it takes up less space. I'll do the one that earns me more points. Let's go there. Let's open up that building pack before the compass needle comes up here, because you'll see that it's current draw 4, and as soon as this passes, now it's current draw 3. So if I'm quick enough on the draw, I can click the button while I'm earning the points moving the compass needle so that I don't decrease my draw. I don't know how to say that properly. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys to figure out my ramblings. We've got a new lumberjack, which isn't gonna be worth anything up here, which isn't worth anything down there, which I think down here was the best. Yeah, it was. We don't have warehouses to worry about. These guys are eventually going to be affected by a lighthouse. I'm fine placing one here. This guy's actually worth 8 points because of the lighthouse that's eventually going to be dropped. This guy, if it's seen by a lighthouse, would be worth an extra 5. Don't know if it is. It's tight. Looks like I think I had a place that detected that fish down there. No, it didn't. Oh, this actually likes the Hermitages a lot. Interesting. I completely forgot about that interaction. I don't play with it often. I don't think many people do. Who's thinking about scoring their Fisher on a Hermitage? So this guy in range of the Fisher is going to be worth 9 points effectively, which is better than 8 point or an 8 point. And I think there's only ever spots where I can take 2 fish without hitting another Fisher. Yep. Which then also means that if this is worth 4 points, it's worth it. It's worth 5 points here. So this is just better to take like an 8 point random one out in the middle of nowhere. Then you worth 61. Is there any spot that gets me more raise? I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's place it. Open up a new building pack. I should be placing down my fortune tellers now because I'm only drawing 3 buildings per loop. So that, I think I played like 4 buildings or something. If I can get, what is that, 30 points per building on these 2, then it'll be worthwhile. Wheatfield almost gets me there itself. And I guess walls could also help me get there. I don't know. Mills are going to do it for sure. So we place a mill down over here for 83 points. And then we can probably stack some of them. Yeah, like, I'm not going to be mad with a 66. Yeah, and then it allows me to play 1 more mill up here too. Let's see if I grab any more wheat fields before I start playing these mills. That would be proper sequencing. Not like I really need to be worried about it. You guys, can you decide 2 mills anywhere while still being in contact with all of the wheat fields? I don't think so. And this is going to make sure that I stay, like, keep my wheat fields connected in case I have more wheat fields to play afterwards. Where's my mill again? Because I would like to score enough points to be able to get 2 buildings to be able to make my fortune tellers worth the most that they can be. So here. And did I grab score multiplier? No, I grabbed duplicate. Okay. We've got another wheat field. It's taunting me with like, oh yeah, you have a way to make a lot of points to make it to the next round, but not exactly. Fortune tellers, taverns, which we have, cliff houses, which I added 6 up through a boon, statues, and like plateaus. Do cliff houses like plateaus? They don't care about them. They do like towers, so I could stack 2 towers beside each other, but that's not going to be worth the -30. I don't think towers are worth any more points anywhere else. They're worth more points on a fish kite, but I'm going to play this beside where I want to play all my cliff houses. I'm going to play my fortune teller beside where I want to play all of my cliff houses, which would be over here. So I'd want a plateau to be like here, or starting here, and then I can build around this. It's like one, can I get one underneath this wall? Let's start with this left side one, because this one's going to be harder to play. If it's even possible to play. I don't think it is. Yeah, it's too high up. There's no way to move it down. It's not connecting with enough of the ground yet. This one is lower to the ground, and so I can get it in there. And as soon as you get it down, then it's easier to like squeak it around, wiggle it around. But even right now, it's still saying like, no, it's too far to push it into the wall. That's not going to happen. So we'll stick with this plateau. It's the sneakiest one that we can get. We'll try following it up with a second one. It's quite similar. And just a bunch in the same area. There's fine with me. Walls. These guys could be really good around the plateaus, but I would want them to, like, ladder with each other. I could do so around some markets, but markets are going to be worth nothing unless I get them beside fishers, but like, there's no good spots for them. So markets are only ever worth it if I'm going to be eating up all of their negative points. This guy's worth -17 with walls or other buildings. Cliff houses they do care about markets. So like if I could play one here, I would. If I play one out here, none of the cliff houses are going to take it. I don't think towers care about markets. Sawmills don't. Do markets care about sawmills? They don't. I don't think anything else cares about markets. So these guys are just going to be dead in my inventory. I did also play these plateaus before I played the fortune tellers. That's my bad. I guess it's not that bad because like the building of a plateau itself is worth 3 to a fortune teller, but playing a fortune teller that scores off of a plateau is also worth 3 points. So it's like neutral in the eyes of the fortune teller. So like this is still fine. I should be playing it over here. So like these 2 plateaus were bad placements. These 3 were not. If anything, they were good placements because then it allows me to play this wheat field to... I was going to say draw 2, but I only draw 1 off of this wheat field now. We'll see if this is any building that helps scale the plateaus in any way. Or, not the plateaus, the fortune tellers, but I don't think so. The only building that could is another tavern, which we've already got 3 of them, so no. Now, I'm going to be playing a tavern that's going to help scale that fortune teller, because this guy is actually, like, draw positive in eyes of the fortune teller. I play a building for -3 points on a fortune teller. It's tavern for +6, for an overall +3 on the fortune teller. Yeah, I've played Clairvoyage. How could you tell? So a fortune teller could go down here and then one up here, hopefully to take the... Oh, it doesn't take the second tavern. Okay. How far can I pull this guy out? That far? Okay, so let's do this. And then we have 1 spot for a fortune teller down here, not taking as many of the plateaus as I'd like, and then 1 up... You're kidding me. There's no way that I can rotate this to make it closer. It's inside the tavern, or like just grazing it. Okay, so if I do this, it's gonna be in range. Surely. There it is, okay. So 1 fortune teller, 2 fortune teller. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to go infinite with fortune tellers. Like as much as I want to, it's not gonna happen. I think you do just have to play this one properly to earn a lot of points, though. Still, score max on Island 4, of course. You want to get as much, like, mileage out of the score loops as possible, but... No, did I mess myself up with that last mill? Somehow that's connected. We're just gonna run with it. There was an 11 point on the other side. I don't think I'm hitting that again, so let's just get... Is this 9? 8. I'm not going to worry about getting 1 extra point off the guy. And this one is in range of the lighthouse up top, so that means that it's worth less. Oof. You, 43. Also 43 down here. Interesting. So it scores off of 2 Hermitages to help it out, but like there's so many rays that are blocked that it's not worth anymore. Okay. What's next? Another wheat field, and now we have like an actual connection back here. Thank you, this field, for making that possible. I think I could have also placed one right here, or at the very least I could have demolished this guy to get it done. Cliff houses want the tower to go down first. Towers are worth 2 points in their eyes. I'm playing 6 of them, so they're worth 12 per. Or like, this is going to be worth 12 if all of them touch the tower. So placing this guy is not viable. That's a loss of 18 points still. If I do place 2 towers beside each other, though, it would allow my fish kites to be better. But like, I would like to play both of my fish kites beside each other. I think I could demolish one of them. Actually, what's the building that I want to duplicate? Not a Hermitage, because I don't have space for it. It's like there's not going to be an area that like... It's a lot better than I was expecting, to be honest. Let's get that down before I forget about it. I guess I could also look for sawmills up here beside the lumberjacks. I should wait for some more wheat fields before I commit to that play, though. You could fit in here, I guess. Cliff houses. I guess I can just start down here now. No point in waiting. The point in waiting would be if I wanted to play a market on any of these, but this guy's filled up and this guy's too far away, so it's not happening. Yeah, see, the cliff houses get so much better as you start playing them beside each other when they're worth 2 points each. I think it's a very necessary buff. I think casual players are going to love cliff houses as a building. They're going to feel so much more impactful because a residential building, like just a building you can play beside each other for 2 points, similar to the wheat fields, but a lot easier to play and still score some of your residential late game, is going to be like such a big help. I don't know if it's enough of a change for me to want to take them. I think like they're not as bad of a building, but because you're trying to leyline max, if you're doing like a full 20 island run, they're still not like a big use case for them because they only score 2 points on the leyline, and it's hard to get a cliff beside a leyline that you don't want to put a wall platform on for other buildings to go there instead. Nothing under there. 7 points is 7 points, I guess. 18 points is more than 7. There's no way that I can get the other lumberjack to hit. I guess 9 points is better than 7. Is this all 10 of my hot fields? 1, 2, 3, or let's count these irregular ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 11, actually. Okay, so we've now entered, like, drawing new buildings. Guess I don't need to worry too much about walls here. I could just start laddering them out. I could start laddering from here, actually. It's gonna look so funny, but hey, it's worth an extra 20 points on the first wall. That's a non-zero amount. So we go here. And we hopefully do something like this. Why is it attaching it to the second spot on the wall? Is that wall like underground or something like that? There we go. Now it's laddering properly. But this is going to eventually get bumped out by this, which I don't want to do. But I could, after this wall is placed, maybe get a wall like this that will attach to them. I mean, if there's a wall that can fit above these guys. Hold on. So you go here, and then somehow I ladder a wall like this. Create an archway from the top one to the bottom one. I'm not actually, like, this isn't even for points at this point. This is just an exercise in me trying to ladder walls in new and novel ways, because I find it fun. I guess I'd have to start... No, because then this is just on the plateaus again, and I'm not getting any bonus points from the cliff houses, which is, like, the reason for me coming all the way over here. I guess if I do this, it makes it the most likely for me to, yeah, be able to ladder walls out. And, yeah, you're not able to angle them at all. They have to be dead on. But I could move them up or down slightly to help get it around the Hermitage here. Wait, if I angle it up, can I rotate it then? No. Okay, so it still has to just be... It's a lateral movement. You're not able to rotate after the first placement. Unless this? No. There's a 51. There it is. We're out of there with some extra points from all the plateaus, which is nice. Now, I don't know if this one is going to ladder nicely, because it's on an angle of the plateau. Oh, I think I saw it for a brief second there. There's the 45. And there's the classic 42 from a laddered wall. Maybe I can move it up enough to have it, tag the plateau still? All right, now this one I can't ladder anymore because it's like at too much of an incline here. This angle is messing it up, but I could branch out walls from this angle now. But this is also down a plateau, so that might also mess things up. Yeah, see, like, this is what I'm trying to do without any negatives. And, like, it usually is possible. Again, this is just an irregular surface, so it's probably not going to work out. I could try in this direction, but it's probably only going to ladder off of one wall. You know, just for how funny this looks, I'm going to take 34. It does also maybe give me the opportunity of somehow connecting these walls together, but I think this is the only way for the wall to make this much vertical ground in a certain amount of time. Give it back to me. I want it. I don't care. Oh, walls are such a fun building to place, man. Okay, with some, like, better knowledge about this, if I place like a wall right along the edge of one plateau and I want it to get up, am I allowed to ladder it? No, because it's going to block the wall itself. If I place one right on the edge here, am I able to ladder it down without it detecting? It is, just because this one is irregular is what's messing it up. Like, let me do it on this side to make it a bit more obvious. So I place one right on the edge here, and I can build it down properly. And then I think across here, you can fit one wall in the center of this thing, and then, yeah, one wall on the exact right-hand side. So you can make this ladder go up and over plateaus for an extra 3 points. Which in this challenge might matter. Might. All right, now with all of these cliff houses played and some... Oh, they score off walls. I forgot about that. Still don't know if there's, like, any good spots for me to place them. Here's one. I'm trying to place them central here because this is where the fish kites are going to score off of them. So I want to get this guy as tight as I can to the other two. So here, I could place him a bit further down, actually, so that I have space for, like, a tower, yeah, back here to have the fish kites hit. Fine with this. Let's see what the next building is. Another tower. Let's see where the fish kites go. So one going here for 85 points, 100 points. Where's it getting the last 15 from? All right, so it has to hit those two towers. That's the, like, limiting factors here. If I move it off to the side, how many points that lost? A lot. Is there any way that I can make a fish kite score a lot of points before I play one up high? Like, this guy worth 55 is fine. This guy worth 85 is better. But I think this is going to get in the range of the other fish kite that I want. 70 is good too. Okay, would I play this one first or second? I don't think it matters. Hold on. Where was the 100 pointer? It's like in between these two towers, so it would have to be here. So you can be played right at the edge of these trees. Yeah, so that's 70 points. That's fine. Hold on. Where was the 100 pointer again? It was here. And that is out of range of this guy, right? Yes, it is. Okay, so I don't have to worry about it at all. So now more towers just go down the backside here. Each of these guys is worth an effective 15 points for seeing the fish kite. Can I play one more down here in range? Maybe, maybe not. I'll have to check. This is worth 100. It quickly runs out, though. I'd need it to be on the edge of this sandbar here, but I can't get that to fit. If I played this one, no, you should play them high to low if you want to get them condensed. All right, so it's 2 fish kites for 100. Let's play them in spots that are like obviously far enough away from each other. And this one hits it here. And these towers could score 5 more points off of fish kites, but like, I don't think there's any spot for me to take a fish kite that isn't already like being taken up by a tower. So then it is just playing it out here for 12. Not bad. If I was playing them for 15 over there, 12 doesn't feel like it's a large loss. You keep it in here? Can, nice. Oh, that would have made connecting these guys a lot easier had I known that this one was a playable area. All right, through just playing a bunch of wheat fields and mills, mostly. We hit a lot of score loops this time around. I want to say... I feel like I've been on one draw for a while. And the markets just sit in our inventory. Yep, no place to put them. Okay, Guaranteed Blossom as our first boon. We've got 2 rerolls to either reroll the island or the building packs. We're going to see what works and what doesn't. Or if this plan is going to work as well as I hope it is. Oh, it's so hard to turn this down because like what is it? It's tropical and that's so good for points. But seeing a sauna is such a good building when you have a massive amount of trees. It's an aurora though, which is basically a desert. So I can't take this one. I have to take this one. I could reroll for different islands or like different properties. What property would I even be looking for though? I'm not gonna think about it. I'm just gonna take this one. I'm not about to play this as slow as possible. No, there's like... This is not the green space that I'm hoping for. It doesn't have a statue on the green space. It's pretty spread out. We've got 3 clumps of flowers, which is like really good that they're all this clumped because it's going to make my verdures better, but it's going to be hard to make a very, very dense green space. Oh my god, really? These are the buildings that you're going to offer to me? I'm re-rolling. Give me a brewing pack. Really, I have to choose one of these 2? Yeah, because these guys get pushed off to the side and then they get put back on top of the draw order. So like it's not going to matter if I keep re-rolling past these ones. I'm always going to have to choose one of Brickmaker or Seaweed Farm. Where's my verdure, man? Where is it? It's not even behind here. Where is my verdure? Does verdure just not like spawn on this map because it's like a water map or something? There's no way, right? I'm fine to dumpster this run to like learn more things about it, but it just seems like such an odd choice. There it is. Like, why? You're supposed to be one of the prerequisites to show me Lumberjack. Where were you? I'm not gonna question it too much. Alright, so we're not going to be getting the 12 verdures in a pool like we'd want to. I don't know if there even is a way to force that out unless you re-roll ahead to like future buildings. Trying to think like what buildings you get offered early on and if you could re-roll to get it. Like let's say you take verdure as your first option, that gets sort of one of the other ones, then you're like it's between like verdure and brewery. You take verdure, gets rid of brewery. Then you have Brickmaker pack and Seaweed Field. Maybe you get lucky and you get one area that doesn't have a Brickmaker pack and you can remove the, what is it, Seaweed Field by taking Lumberjack pack, and then like continue cascading those choices. That might actually be it, is just prepping a blossom for this area and hoping to get a purely green island. No sand. Alright, how dense could I make my forest? Because, like, there's not enough trees in this area to, like, already consider anywhere a forest. But I do need to use the natural tree spawns to, like, help me out. This is spawning all but 2 trees. This is spawning all but 1 tree. And I do see the current tree that it isn't spawning. Let's do... Come on. There's the spawn. And we can maybe look to spawn another one here. I do know that I'm hitting 2 flowers. I am not caring about the flowers at all, though. Oh my god, you're gonna give me the choice between shaman and farming? Okay, so like I was saying before, what happens if you don't get an island with a brickmaker pack? Well, that's gonna switch up all of the parity of all of the decisions that I'm making. Perfect world, you take verdure, pack 1. You don't take brickmaker, there's no brickmaker in the pack, so then you take lumberjack on your pack 2. And then pack like 3 or... Pack 3, you would take lighthouse. Pack 4, you would take farming pack. Pack 5, you would take shaman, and then continue on from there. Let's see what this set of trees looks like. 5 up top, 3 down below. So if I could get all 5 up top and then like 2 of them down below, I'd be happy with that. There's all the trees. Let's go with it. Same thing? Same thing, 5 and 3. Let's try doing it here then. Does not look like enough space. This isn't half bad. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 trees. And minus 1 flower. That's spawning all but 1 tree. I'm fine with that. Right, I have to choose between farming pack and shaman. Farming pack is going to scale better into the late game. Shaman's better for the early game and lets me cycle through more packs. Let's take a shaman. Especially, like, I'm only taking the shaman because I know that blossom is one of my, like, next boons to take. What does this guy look like? 5 and 3, but more spaced out. So, like, here, and we spawn the 3 trees back here. And no, I think it's spawning 5 trees up here and 3 down below me here. So, like, that works. It's spawning everything but 1 flower, which I'm not really going to care about the flowers. No, I could care about the flowers. We need to get enough points to get to that blossom. I don't want to place any of my lumberjacks yet, so let's place some lighthouses as just 3 points. What did lighthouses scale off of before that, like, made them worth more points? It was hermitages, right? Yeah, but hermitages are going in the middle, and that blocks too many rays. They're never going to be worth it unless they take up space that my, like, plant area wants to. Oh, I don't like this choice as well. So if I was on the other one, I would have taken shaman instead of fountain, and then I'd have the choice between fisher and something else. I am going to take fisher because it is going to be worth more points, although they're not going to be worth that much. Lumberjacks, I still want to wait on them. Do I? Do I need to? This isn't deleting any trees. I'm not really concerned about parks. These don't, what is it, interact with shamans at all? It is blocking space from, like, tree spawns if I were to place one here with some trees that are spawning down here. But I think this is as dense as it's going to get. I'm going to spawn more trees and down here in the future. Yeah, so these lumberjacks aren't worth it. I'll wait. I'll be patient. Still have other buildings that can make me get to the next loop. Sure. And then some fishers to get there. Plateau or park, so then I would have chosen plateau over fisher, and I'm going to choose whatever else is behind park and not park. All right, this is our boon, which is going to be guaranteed. I forgot about my sealed boon. Let's crack that open and see what it is. Neighborly, yeah. Guess I could have used it on like what is it? One of my breweries. We need to shuffle the pack again before I'm comfortable using this blossom because I want to get more verdures down on the field. Not a lot of fish on this map. All right, and then I would be taking huts instead of towers. Ah, that feels, or sorry, huts instead of parks. That's a rough decision. That's a tough choice. Hey, there's an extra verdure. Still one of my original 6, but it's another verdure that gets to go down in the center, nonetheless. This is not spawning a flower, but it's spawning every tree that's possible. I feel I can get more trees in the center. Like, if I rotate this around, I can find a way to get all of these trees to spawn. Can I? Without taking, like, too much of a negative hit from all of the flowers nearby? Because, like, this is spawning all of the trees, and it's spawning 3 in the middle, which would be a better spread for my lumberjacks to hit. It seems like it's getting too far away. Yeah, I'll do the original backwards placement here. Spawning all but 1 flower, so that's spawning all the trees. Okay. Towers aren't going to offer me any points to get to the next round. Plateaus, not enough. Fishers, not enough. I'd have to play some lumberjacks if I want to keep progressing. Then I'd have to choose warehouse or tower, which both of them are a small amount. I'm of course choosing fortune teller in this scenario. I'm just trying to think what would happen in like the run that I want to see happen. Fortune teller is only at plus 75 right now. And you guys aren't scoring a lot because not a lot of your rays are blocked. Not yet, anyways. The blossom is going to help increase that a lot. I think I have to play another lumberjack to get to the next round. And by next round, I mean have more options with more buildings to play because I'm opening up my next building pack. And then it would be between circus and fortune teller, warehouse and tower, tavern and whatever's next. Tavern, obviously, because I've got the breweries. That's another verdure to go down. What's it look like? 3 and 5. Let's get the 5 up top. It's going to be hard to fit the 3 down below unless I run it over a bunch of old flowers that I've already placed. It's like this is a possibility to get those 5 trees in there, but I don't like it that much. Could also look to play one down here, but that feels like it's too far away. Feels like I only want to make a more dense forest here, and these 4 flowers are going to mess it up. It's like something around here could be a really good placement to get all 5 trees, only hit 2 flowers. Something similar to this. Not exactly this, but similar. Okay, how many points are these 5 trees in the middle actually gaining me? Because this could be a worthwhile play if I blossom immediately after it. Because I do have 6 shamans, and those shamans are all going to want more trees in the center. Let's no think. Let's just do this. Go with it. I guess I can save that placement for later. Let's play some taverns here, because they're just easy. Can I ever take that? I can take that brewery without taking the tavern. That's nice. Hermitage, for sure. Oh, if I would have picked a sauna, it would have completely changed my draw order too, so I don't even know what my draw order would be if I got onto like a non-sandpit island. That is my last verdure, by the way, my 6th verdure. Is there any way that I can get the brewery a second time without hitting that tavern? Wow. We take those. 3 hermitages are going to go crazy up here, given the space, but level up adaptable. Allows buildings to be placed on any surface. This was a shadow drop. They announced the update and they did not tell us about this boon. This is also a placeholder boon text, but I honestly think it looks good enough as the adaptable icon itself. I don't care about adaptable. What I'm like really sad about this is like it's a cool boon to use. It's fun for players. It's got a cool use case. It's not worth like any points though. When are you ever going to take this over a duplicate or a score malt? And the worst part, you have to go through more boons to be able to get your rerolls and your sealed boons, which are the things that will allow you to go infinite on the 20 island challenges. So like every boon that they've added, except for replace of course, has made it harder to get to infinite scores, to be able to go through all of the boons to pick the ones that you want. Like I do believe it's still possible, but it's now harder. You do need like a 90 sealed boon run. Obviously it's level up here, obviously. I think I play right. I didn't draw a new verdure. I just undid the previous one, and I think I still have played 5, so I think this is still my 6th one. I'm a bit tired from the day's work. 5 trees up here isn't bad. It's only -5. I like it enough. I think I like that better than the -16 that I was getting before. Granted, it was putting 3 trees here, which could help some other shamans. I don't know, this one is just speaking to me for some reason. It just feels like it fits so much better. I don't know. I'm gonna ship it early. Gonna play a few more lumberjacks in here for points to get me to the next round. 24 here. Ooh, these are really good placements, but I don't know if I should save this like wall for shamans. I feel like I can play them around the lumberjacks easily enough. Let's get that guy there. We'll need to play one more. So you feels good enough. Fish kite or wall platform? Wall platforms are never going to offer us any points. I could play one more lumberjack to get to the next round. I could play all 3 of my plateaus. I could alternatively just play like 1 fisher out here. Yeah, that's it. Market or wall. Markets offer me nothing for points because I don't have warehouses. We are now drawing into duplicate buildings again. Tavern is our first duplicate building. Maybe I got a different duplicate down here, like a fisher or a lumberjack or something, but this is the first one that I know is a duplicate. And none of the spots are good anymore unless I place a plateau on a set of rocks here, which I almost want to do. You can't play plateaus on wood. Guys, what if I took an adaptable? I wonder if adaptable makes it easier for plateaus to be placed over edges like this. I really feel like it doesn't. I feel like it's just building surface doesn't matter, not building requirements are relaxed. All right, good enough for me. Do I start laddering walls just because I can? Worth 40 points after the first one. Sure. I could be laddering these on top of plateaus. I already know that this isn't going to be like a run that I want to push for a record on. So I'm just not going to. Water platform over monument. Terrible choices, but I guess monument means that there's less in the pool, but like I'm not able to limit the pool as much as I had thought or as much as I had hoped in this challenge. I thought there was going to be a lot fewer buildings, but a lot of the buildings early on just add 6, and a lot of the buildings that you unlock add smaller amounts to the pool. Wall can get us to the next pack. Looking for one more verdure before I blossom and ship it. 2 walls here makes this easy. Right, I need to get rid of all of my walls before I... Wait, no, I already shuffled because of the tavern, the 4th one that I got. Or is that my... Yeah, that's my 4th tavern. There's my other verdure. Okay. I was worried that I was like only going to be drawing walls from here. 29 points compared to, I don't think there's any other spot back here that I can play these guys. Oh, there. Nice. A brewery, we could save a boon for that in case I get something. Summon Wisp is a bit late. Okay, so if I'm going for scoring on the final island, what would I bounce my Wisp on apart from all of my hop fields and my breweries? Not much, honestly, right? Like, they could go from Lumberjack to reduce the -4 in points, but it's not going to be that much. Like, let's say I bounce them on all my hop fields. That's only plus 50 points. It's like, it's not enough to consider taking. I do also need to stack 1 building type to make replace worth it, which I kind of forgot about. I still don't think that makes it worth it to take something like Park, where like all of your draw is going to be put into it, and then you ship a replace later to get a bunch of copies of the other buildings, because then after you place those buildings, all you're going to be getting back is Parks. Or whatever building that you have in high amounts. Okay, I need one more within this, one more verdure within this area, and then I can play verdures elsewhere. I wanted to spawn a lot of trees. -3, this is not a bad point scoring one at all. Only taking the minus of 2 flowers. I just need to find a spot where it spawns all of the trees. It's spawning 5, that's spawning... I can't get the 6th one in yet. Sorry for not talking through this. It's a bit hard to describe like what I'm looking for. It's mostly just a spot that spawns a lot of trees up in this area and down here. And there's not much to say apart from like, I'm just going to check a lot of different options. I guess I could also look on this side to see if there's anything that's good. One, two, three, four, 5 trees? 6 trees. That's still 6 trees? There's an extra tree somehow. You know what? I'll go with that one. The clump of 4 trees here I really like. All right, and now it is time to finally ship it on that blossom. But okay, yeah, the 134 point blossom. I can probably eke out an extra 2 points somewhere. Give me a bit to search. Do I want to do any further on this right side? Not really. Okay, I truly think it is the 132. Right there. Okay. Now, I could do the thing where I get building packs early. So I'll let it score through 2 loops, which is crazy that I have 2 loops worth. Oh, wait, have they fixed it? Because there's been an update. Is this going to be in the... Okay, well, I don't get both of them, but I do get 1 loop. If I undo this blossom, I still keep my building pack. They still haven't fixed that. And this is like the last, patch that they've done. They fixed a couple things with the game, which, hold on, I thought they said that this adaptable art, I can't show it to you anymore, the clip art for adaptable, the icon that's on it, is a placeholder one, and I thought that they said that they updated it, but I haven't seen that yet. Maybe I just haven't updated my game since. That's probably more likely. This set of buildings doesn't give me another verdure, and I'm not going to wait an extra 130 points before I play this blossom, and I don't think it's hitting many more trees even if I do wait. Where's the 132 point position? I know it exists somewhere. It's hard to search around for it because here, let me actually do something that will help me out. Photo mode, let's change the time of day to night. Right there. Okay, so now when I use my blossom, the yellow is going to show up, like the edge of it, the border is going to show up a lot nicer. So if I push it more to the right, I think, yeah, I'm supposed to get this 1 tree in the top right, and that's my 132. There's my 132. I was trying to tag the tree down here, and that wasn't part of the original set. I needed to tag the 2 trees beyond this guy. Okay, let's play something like a hop field down to get enough points for the next pack. And let's get going on these 7 shamans. So like you can see what the idea is with blossoming on the last level, and I believe that like this is going to be the meta for this round, for Island 4 specifically. I don't know if it's better to take city packs earlier. I think verdure stacking is powerful. I think sauna is a powerful building because of how many lumberjacks you get early and how many trees you place. Like they're a mid-game building that is going to act as a late-game building in this challenge. Fortune Teller is another good building, but I don't know if it's like... It's not dense enough, if that makes sense. You've only got 1 per pack, and you're cycling the pack once. If you're lucky, maybe twice with replaces, but that's it. It's looking like, also, I'm going to be replacing all of my towers, which feels a bit weird that, like, that is the most... like, the most prevalent building that I have. I don't think replace is going to do as much as I want it to. It's still good, don't get me wrong, but not great. Summon a Whisper, add statue. Okay. Okay, that's a perfect time to get an add statue. Okay. Do I want to duplicate this? What building would I duplicate instead? That would make more points. Fortune Teller. Okay. And it doesn't have to be placed here. I mean, the statue is going to be worth more effective because everything's going to score off the statue, but the Fortune Teller is also going to continue to scale in points. There's another verdure. We're going to be placing this here with a score malt to be able to point invert. I don't know if I have score malt available to me. We'll see what the boons look like. There it is. Okay. New building pack. Got another verdure. We've got 9 shamans to be playing around the statue. So the thing is, I need to see a level up, and I think I've only got one more chance for it. I would like to dig until I get that level up, and then I can worry about playing like shamans and other things like that over there. But the longer I wait, the more my fortune tellers don't scale. I should only be playing point dense buildings right now, even if they're not gonna be perfect. Which, like, 144 point shaman. What am I talking about? That's good enough. Can I play them on this side? Yes, they're not as good for points, but it doesn't really matter. I'll be able to play like a solid 4 over here. Maybe a few more. Okay, this does open up the next building pack for me, though. Let's play another shaman. Oh my god, I love the color palette for this. The greens, blues, and pinks are all just like, they're perfect colors to contrast each other. Let's see what this last boon is. Right, I already have a level up. I forgot about that. Adaptable and add verdure. Well, I think the choice is pretty obvious. This earns me points, this doesn't. Is there any building that I'd want to place on a separate surface? No, and I've got plateaus to make sure that I have enough space to play things on. Would have loved to have seen a duplicate here, but can't get everything you wish for. We still can earn more points before we replace, so let's do so. The most point dense building is going to be our shamans currently. The more shamans that I place, the better my level up is going to get as well. There is no reason not to play these shamans here. There's not going to be anything that continues to scale them as I play the game, because the verdures that might spawn more flowers for them, they can't go in this area anymore. The only one that could is the one that I play here for negative points with level up, but I want to wait until later because it's going to be worth more if I get more score loops first. 5 hermitages. I'm not going to have the space for all of these guys. And I have water platforms, not wall platforms. That's rough. Okay. Still point dense buildings, which are still just the shamans back here. All of them. Do I have any neighborlies? I think yes, I do. Okay, so that'll be played at the end, because I've still got 7 shamans to play. That's still a lot to get down in this area. Is there any way that I place some down here that are worth it? Okay, so it's 70 points down here. It is 80 points over here. I'll be able to find a spot that makes it worth 80 exactly. Then these guys over here are worth 60, 80. These guys are worth 80 as well. 90 back here. Wow, if I can get it to the wall a bit. Come on. No, I don't know if I'll be able to get these guys worth 90. These guys are worth 60 down the backside, and then they're worth 80 over here. So, like, I've still got a lot of points that are worth 80 elsewhere. So as soon as these guys stop being worth 80 points, then I start playing them elsewhere. And I think that time is now. I can always come back here in the future to play stuff that's worth more with neighborlies. Okay, how many shamans do I have left? I have 6. I'm going to play 1 here. I'm going to play an 70 pointer down here, 80 pointer over here, 80 pointer over here, and an 80 pointer over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 more shamans to play. I'm probably going to be drawing another 1, 2 neighborly over here. Maybe some more shamans after that, but yeah, probably some more shamans after that. I don't feel comfortable playing this one for 50 points yet, though. Nor do I feel comfortable playing this one for 50 points. So let's look outward. I do also need to consider that each of these shamans is going to increase the point of the verdure that I'm going to be playing in the center here for more points. And that's bad because my level up is going to be affected by that. Like, my inversion is going to be affected by that. All right, 72 here. I think it was 73 up here, but that gets closer to this location, which means that I'm also encroaching on that guy's placement. So I would like this to be somewhere around here. It's worth 64 here. 70 here. 72. Let's go with that. $80 is pretty good. We'll stick it there. How many buildings am I drawing? 3. It's pretty close to the time when I'm going to ship my fortune tellers. Not quite yet. Still have a few more things to hit. It's soon going to be a consideration. 86 is fine. I could maybe play a second one over here. I think I'm gonna start scanning the area with neighborlies to see where... Okay, not yet. I still have 3. I only have 2 neighborlies. I'm gonna be using the 2 neighborlies on the shamans. The hermitages all want to be played up here, so I'm not gonna take up any space from the hermitages up here. And I think I might have enough space to... No, they're not gonna be played side by side. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. Not in the great spot, but like it's still fine. And 5, but these are going to delete all of the trees, so I want to place these hermitages as late hermitages as late as I can, because I don't want to delete the trees for the lumberjacks that are going down, or the verdure that's going to be point inverted. So I'm going to be drawing 2 buildings every time I cycle around this, like, this bar, which means that my fortune tellers are like, they should be getting played. Because I don't know if I can make 130 in a single building anymore. The only buildings that like come close, point inverted verdure, hermitage, can't be played. The fortune teller itself. And I don't think there's anywhere that, yeah, I can't play a guild hall in a really good spot yet. So, I should score multiplier one of my buildings. I guess I could eke out an extra 3 points on a fortune teller by playing down a neighborly shaman, because I'm going to have to at some point. Might as well have it be now. I'm looking for just the most points without blocking any hermitages or lumberjacks. Gonna keep getting this wrong. Hermitages or lumberjacks up top. 126, then it's pretty far out of the way. I think there's a 128, but it deletes a tree back here. 126 here as well, and I don't think there's anything else that is going to like scale this wall like the shaman can. Ooh, 130. Yep, that's gonna be the spot for it. Now I could play a second neighborly shaman in that area. Yeah, I feel inclined to. Again, what else is going to be played right here in this location? I don't think anything. Come on, get that tree to show up again. Oh, this is already deleting one of the trees here. Then I don't want to play that. Down here is fine. I guess anything else would be deleting these trees. Sure, I'll do 128. Now, I don't exactly want to replace fishers because I've already got 6 verdures here, and these verdures could all be used to spawn fish. Okay, so now I need to decide between using a fortune teller or trying to get enough points to exactly meet the next loop to be able to, what's the term for it? Use my level up to earn more buildings for my fortune teller. But my level up is only going to earn like 2 buildings worth. And those 2 buildings are going to equal 6 points on both the fortune tellers. Both of these guys should be score multiplied when I play them. One of these gets to be score multiplied. The other score multiplier needs to be saved for a verdure. It changes things. Okay, what is the correct sequencing here? I want to use a score multiplier on one of my fortune tellers. I need to save another one for my verdure because of level up. So if I use my level up first, then I'm able to score multiplier both of my fortune tellers. My fortune tellers score multiplied are going to be an extra, how much is that? Let's see it without any extra buffs. So it's worth an extra 150 points if I get it beside some things that it likes. Maybe it's worth an extra like 160. Okay, so that's 320 points on the fortune tellers if I'm able to, or sorry, that's 160 points if I'm able to use my second score malt on a fortune teller, compared to any other building that, like, what's my next highest scoring building? I mean, currently it could be a wall out here, then that's only an extra like 18 points, not even. A fisher isn't going to do it. A shaman could, but like all of the good spots have now been taken up. A hermitage could be used to get the same amount of points back from a, like, it could be on par with a fortune teller, right? I don't think I want to score multiplier 2 of these guys because one of them is going to eat up so many of the blossom trees that the second one going down here is not going to be worth the same as a fortune teller. So, the play is to score multiplier 1 fortune teller. The second score mult can be saved for hermitage, and that is roughly equal to what the second fortune teller is going to be worth. So I don't need to worry about score multiplying a second fortune teller. That frees up some of the dependency tree. Now I need to decide, is it better to level up before my fortune tellers or after? If I do them after my fortune tellers, I can do it as like the last thing before playing my hermitages, which means that I'm probably going to be able to get an extra like 20 points out of it because like I'll be at a further score loop. If I do it before, that means that these 2 fortune tellers are going to be worth an extra 6 points each, because they're going to draw me 2 buildings because I'm going to earn roughly like 300 points off the level up. Sorry, it's going to be an extra 3 buildings each because 300 points from the level up to get 1 of these score loops, 2 of these score loops, and then the level up itself is adding like 1 of the score loops on top of that. The 300 points comes from the inverted verdure, which, yeah, it's going to be around 300 at this point with all of the shamans placed in the area. Maybe a bit more. A bit more. Let's say that it earns me 4 buildings. Okay, so if I do a level up beforehand, it earns me 4 buildings. That is plus 12 points on one fortune teller, plus 12 points on the other. One of them is score multiplied for an extra, I think that's 8. Maybe a bit less. So that's going to be an extra 32 points. If I use a level up now, which is harder to pull off, it's 32 points on a fortune teller. Or I can push that down the line and get an extra 20 points, maybe 30 points off of the level up in the future. I like that. I'm fine with that. So I can just score multiplier a fortune teller right now and consider it a day. Now, how many more buildings am I going to get? Because I kind of want to keep these fishers around, and I would rather have it eat my towers than any other building. And if I hold just a little bit longer, or if I play 2 of my fishers first, I guess I could use the replace. If I hold and I use my replace later, I can get more buildings. Can I? Because I'm only drawing 1 right now. Okay. If I play 2 fishers right now and then I use a replace, it's going to replace the building that I want to get rid of. Because these guys are not going to earn any points unless they're played on fish kites, which is 15 points per, but like I'm through playing all of these other buildings going to draw like another 5 towers, which is how many a fish kite can hit normally, like roughly. I believe it to be worth it, and I'm not going to do the full math on it. This is the vibes based coming out on me. I'm going to play 2 fishers anywhere that's like kind of worth it for points. It's like out of the area that I want to play the next verdures, to then replace my... then I have to play a sawmill too to guarantee that it hits my towers. That's 3 buildings down for each fortune teller. That's a loss of 9, 15, roughly 24 points. I can take that because then I'm also gaining stuff. I'm gaining buildings from using the replace to replenish the buildings that I lost by like making sure that I'm eating my towers. Let's go with it. 2 fishers played and a sawmill played. Do I want to play a sawmill in this area? I mean, down here could be fine. I think I might just want to play a sawmill out in the middle of nowhere because I don't want to take up good locations for sawmills or other buildings yet. I'm going to have enough that I'll be able to play all of them in their like perfect locations. I could also get the sawmill out here to make sure that these water platforms are better, but if I'm playing water platforms, I should play them beside trees. That was close. Misclick. So I should play a sawmill out here. Don't want to delete any trees while I do it though, so like here, I'm fine to delete the flowers because these flowers are never going to get used. Yeah, so right here. Okay, that's where the sawmill goes. Oh, and I need to play 1 more lumberjack. Okay. Lumberjack goes Where am I not going to delete any trees? Here seems fine. That is deleting a flower, which means minus 5 points, or sorry, plus 5 points to a verdure, which is... Sorry, no, that... minus 5 points on a verdure, which means... Sorry. How do I describe this? Plus 5 points on a verdure, which means that it can't go as much into the negative, which means when I invert it, I don't get as many points. So this is a 25-point lumberjack. Can I find a 25-point lumberjack anywhere else? I can find a 30-point one here. I'm chill with that. Okay. 2 fishers need to go down where I don't want to be placing fish. I feel like I'm going to be placing fish around this lighthouse. Or no, I'm going to be earning more lighthouses, and lighthouses are better around other fishers. I feel like I'm going to be placing fishers here around these fish already. So let's look for a spot that isn't around there. Here works. So I could do 1 off on the left-hand side and then 1 off on the right-hand side. 1. And I could almost get 3 in here. Now we can go over to replace, use it to get rid of our towers, to get a bunch of other buildings, and now we can finally use our fortune teller. We score multiply on one of them, and we'll place it down beside our taverns. I don't care if it's taking up like space that the hop fields want to go. I'm not... Do I actually though? Because the hop fields here are much better around the breweries, and then they'd be able to be more condensed for when I place more breweries down here in the future, which is a consideration that I actually have to make. I have to think around playing like 6 breweries and 20 hop fields. So playing it up here isn't half bad. I could also... Ooh, wait, beside all the shamans though? And this one's the score multiplied one too, so it like feels better to be played there. So 414 compared to 427, it's a loss of 13 points to make a better location. Sure. Go here. And then I'm going to be done with fortune teller math, and then I can just play the proper sequencing of buildings. Or I can just like play easy buildings, like spamming a bunch of walls out here, which is going to feel nice. We should get 1 more building pack, and then I can play the second fortune teller, which here feels good enough. At some point within this pack, I should also be expecting another fortune teller, which roughly based on... Wait. Yeah, because I've gotten 2 fortune tellers from packs. 1 from the first one. This is... Hold on. I've played 6 verdures here. Oh, these are my full 6 verdures, but I've just added 2 from the boon. Right. Oh, these are my 3... This is another good, what is it, like, building to base my, refreshes off of. I am somewhere within the 3rd pack right now because I've got 4 taverns down plus the 3 down here. There's 3 taverns in a pack, so if there's 7, that means that I'm done with the 2nd pack completely, and I'm into the 3rd pack currently. So at any point in time, I could be drawing my 3rd fortune teller. So that means that I should play a little bit around playing only high scoring buildings for the first bit, so that my fortune teller like stays high in value. And I'm not going to be playing these taverns early to make the fortune tellers worth more, because I'd rather play them when there's more breweries down to make the taverns themselves worth more. I could have played this one back here to score this fortune teller a bit better. Okay. What is the next building to play? Because I want to play point dense buildings in case I get that fortune teller coming up soon. Hops fields are good enough because they're 30 per. Walls are like 40 per. Taverns are not going to get there. Verdures are not going to get there. I don't want to level up invert yet. Lighthouses need to be played after the verdures. Breweries after more hop fields. Water platforms are not enough. Fish kites I don't have towers for. Hermitages I need all of my shamans to go down first. I guess I could play shamans. That's the next best bet. Fishers are waiting on the vergers. Sawmills are waiting on more lumberjacks. Lumberjacks are... I can play them whenever. 64 isn't bad. Can I play it on the inside for, like, taking up less space in the middle? No, I'll play 64. Okay, next best one currently is 50 points on this side. Let's look for better. So if I'm playing them for like 50 points roughly right now, the neighborly here I think ups it to like 120 or something like that, right? Oh, I don't have any more neighborlies. I guess, yeah, I already used them on 2 of the shamans. Okay. I did not think that I was going to have this many shamans, by the way. It feels like such a large amount. Going past 12. I guess 50 is the next best bet. Wow. $31 all the way over here. Don't really want to do that. I want to keep more of my shamans condensed, just in case buildings score off of them. Man, now I'm just imagining what would happen if I had a bunch of wheat fields to play here, because like all of my plateaus would guarantee me enough space to play all of my wheat fields, and I would have like, I want to say 50 by this point, which means that they're worth 100 per. And playing one wheat field just about earns me one wheat field. Okay. I think it is now time for me to consider a level up, because the more buildings that I place in here, the more trees and things I'm going to demolish. So to get enough points, I want to play buildings that aren't going to demolish trees in this area. I could play other ones right now, but I guess walls are a good way to do it. They're still the most, like, it feels like they're the highest point scoring ones right now. They're the easiest to score. How many points do I need to get the next round? 6. What if I just go around the horn again? Alright, we're 3 points away this time. I could play a plateau beside another plateau for 3 points. Does it score off of anything else? Statue. Got 2 statues, but there's no way that I can play it here without an adaptable, that is. But I don't have an adaptable. I would have loved to have played one for just 2 points to get me like the exact amount of points that I need. What else could be worth a very minuscule amount of points? A fisher in a bad location, but like I don't really want to play fishers in bad locations anymore. I might have to, just eventually. Why not? Let me just place it and forget about him. Nobody's ever going to know about that fisher. Okay, so if I point invert now, it's worth 169 points because there's nothing to invert. If I score multiply one of my vergers here, which is going to be the highest negative that I can get, it can be worth, let's fish for a higher score. Negative 379 is the highest that I've seen. So 169 from base, 379 from here. I could make it worth an extra 5 points every time I go up a score loop. To go up a score loop, I could play a lot more hop fields and a lot more, I guess, breweries and taverns. That's going to get me to go up like 1 or 2 for an extra 10 points. Could maybe place a few more lumberjacks in range to make me go up another. So I could make the level up itself worth an extra 5 points without deleting any more trees. I don't want to take the mental strain. Let's just play 379. Okay. Time to level up. And 3 new buildings. Show me a fortune teller. Show me a fortune teller. No. Okay. Okay. It wasn't like likely to happen, but you can be hopeful. I do think that there are like, I should play a few more trees in this area for the hermitages that get closer to this area. Especially because nature interactions are going to be worth so much. They're going to be worth more than the 3 that all the fishers hit out here. I will eventually place some vergers out there for fishers, but let's go back to the basics. I don't want to tank too many negatives from the flowers in the center. I'll tank some, but not all of them like I was doing before. I would love if this guy could place all the trees. If I don't get one of the trees here, I'm fine to take that. Yeah, no, it's not happening. Okay. Do I want the high tree or the low tree? Let's do the low tree. It's the one that I already have lined up. You can fit inside, hopefully? You can. Very nice. But I don't know if you're the verdure that I want. Because there's trees that are on my cursor. I want the one that has like trees in front of and behind my cursor. So let's try placing some trees on this wall first. This does keep the flowers out of the way. It keeps the trees down below. I would like some trees to be spawned up top, but I think this is just too good of a placement to pass up. This has no trees on my cursor at all, so this is the one that I was looking for when trying to place here. Yeah, we're missing all but 1 tree. Sorry, we're just missing 1 tree by doing this, and I don't think there's a way for me to weasel it in. If I play it lower, but then I hit more flowers than what I want to. Hold on, I do actually need to. Which is the... I was centering it around this one, right. And I don't think rotating is going to get me anywhere. Again, okay, so I'm missing a flower and a tree here. Let's go back to the number 4 that we saw. I believe is around here. There it is. I'll take it. We've got 2 flowers in this area to dodge around. That's fine. I can still place 1 more verdure on top of this, and then I think that's it for the verdures that I would like to place. Imagine for a moment, Blossom, you make it through the boon pack, like draw order, and then a second Blossom shows up. Then all of the shamans that you're placing new can still get those like 130 points, and the point inverted level up is worth even more on top of that. Your hermitages could be like up to 500 if you score multiply them. Let's see what this verdure looks like first. all on one side of my cursor. Got it. So it could be played something like this. Not half bad. Not perfect, but it's not bad. Do I want to play more trees like this? So that lumberjacks are better over here. Not really. One, two, three, four, five, six. Am I fine spawning 6 trees? If I can get rid of that -5 flower, then I'll take it. 1, 2. I'm just barely clipping that flower. There's got to be a way that I can get around it. One, two, three, four, five. That's not enough trees. Six trees, 5 flowers, not hitting that one. I'll take it. Any more that I do here before I move on to fish? Even though it's a big negative, I'm liking the look of how many trees are spawning here. This also looks fine to me. If I can get all of those red trees to actually spawn. I don't think I can. If I could hit one less flower here, I'd be comfortable placing this. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 trees out of 9. Can I get 9 by hitting all 5 flowers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, if I get this last one down there to spawn, we're gonna hit all 5 flowers and just take the -20 in points. If anything, they're nature interactions. I get bonus points by the end of this round for it. Yeah, and lumberjacks are now good again down here. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3 hermitages. 4 and 5 if I can fit them. It's unlikely for me to fit both of these guys, and I think because they're only worth 80 points, I don't want to spend their placements here, because I'd rather put lumberjacks down. What I could honestly do is create a set of plateaus out in the water to place hermitages on, because they're worth an extra 6 points per plateau, and I can also get some water platforms around these plateaus and have some trees spawned on them. So I guess I could put well, no, I should put water platforms here instead, green ones specifically around the sawmill. I guess we can start here. No point in waiting on this. And all of the green water platforms are squares, by the way. Do I need to get any more sawmills down? That is going to negatively impact the hermitages, so I don't want that. 1. We will look for a different area for this guy to go down. Over here is fine. It's not great, but it's fine. I should play the lumberjacks that go down here first, and then the sawmills and the water platforms over here for correct sequencing. So I'm not going to start that chain yet. I'm going to say screw it and not play high impact buildings, because I haven't been playing high impact buildings with the verdures, and just play all of my hop fields. I'm not going to worry about trying to get a good fortune teller again. Do I play you? No, because I feel like these guys aren't going to line up nicely then. Unless, do you fit in there? You do. Okay, sure. We do this, then you, and then, oh, that one doesn't fit in, really? Hold on. If I can hold down C and maybe clip these guys into each other, that might work. Yes, and now I can slide them in there. That's great. So what was happening before is this building was getting pushed out to the side because it's like, you can see that it's kind of inside of the other hop field right now. Not by much, but just by a little bit. So what you do is you hold down, the default hotkey for it is C, and you're allowed to play buildings anywhere then. They don't push up against other buildings and like lock to their outsides. So you can slightly clip one building into the other and place them. So I did that to be able to earn myself just enough distance to be able to play that hop field there. And I think there's still enough space for 2 here, like this. No, there's not, unless we do the same trick. Yep, okay. So now before I do that trick, I would like to make sure that this guy is placeable because he is overlapping this guy by a bit. So what's going to happen is when it tries to play this guy to a grid, instead of placing it to this guy's grid, it places it to the one behind it and it pulls it underneath the other guy. Now because I've got a straight line here, I can try playing these two in order. Again, not enough space, so let's hold down C to make sure that I get them clipping inside each other a bit. So that this placement is possible. I don't like that placement. I'll save that for later. Maybe that's where a tavern will go. Just here for hop fields. 37 is nothing to scoff at. And then breweries will go down afterwards to pick up all of these points. Yeah, I think 61 is good enough. I could maybe wait for like one more hop field to make that brewery better. I'm not gonna mentally strain myself on that ordering though. Hey, look at that. The consequences of my actions. Not really, because this is in range of the brewery, so it's already benefiting those, like, there's only a 1 point difference overall. Oh, that's kind of nice, and it leaves me a bit of space here to play my taverns in between. I'm gonna wait for more breweries to go down before I play these guys, though. Is there another location for, like, a tavern here that gets a lot of points? Guess not. It would just be... Okay, back here. Yeah, I'm fine taking a 39-point brewery. And I don't think breweries scale off of a tavern. Sorry, that's me misspeaking. This is a 39-point tavern. Ooh, shaman down here is actually better than I expected. I guess because I spawned new flowers in over here. Okay. Sure, why not? Another verdure. What do I play next? I think I play all my lumberjacks over here so that I can get that score multiplied hermitage out. Just so that I don't have to think about boons in my boon bar anymore. So these guys are worth 20 points because there's a lot of lumberjacks over here. Stacking up more will help my sawmills. These guys are worth 40 points over here, so I should start playing them. And I could, like, okay, so if I play a hermitage here, it's worth like 80 points. If I play 2 lumberjacks, it's worth the same amount, and they take up less space. I'm reasoning to myself that these 39-point lumberjacks are, like, the proper play when... it's hard to say because I don't know if my hermitages are going to have other locations to be played. I'm going to try to build one down here for them, but that'll be in the future. Is 24 points worth it? I don't know, because it's going to scale all of these guys over here negatively as well. I think I should work on the 30-point positions before I move on to those. It deletes one tree. I'll manage with it deleting one tree. Wait, I forgot that all of the lumberjacks are gonna negatively scale the hermitage. Which means that even though it deletes like 5 trees, this might still be worth it to play first. Okay. If the lumberjacks score off of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, maybe 12 trees that this deletes, I can maybe get it to delete less. Let's say that it deletes 8 trees. That means that it's going to remove 8 points per lumberjack that's played on this side over here. If I play a lumberjack here and it's worth an extra 5 points because of these trees, it's more worthwhile to play it because this hermitage is going to only see it for -5 when a lumberjack is seeing these trees for +8. The difficulty comes in seeing this hermitage over here hitting the same lumberjacks for another -5, which it's going to. So I think playing the hermitages first and the lumberjacks second is proper. So what I think I should do is place one here that deletes as few like greenery as possible. I'm looking to get 3 placements down up here. And the first one that I play should be score multiplied. So like I want to play this one eventually, but not yet. This one deletes the least, I think, on the bottom. Sure, I'll just say that it does, even if it doesn't. And then this one is just going to have to delete a bunch. I think the best option for me here is to do something like this. But if I push it out to the side like that, then this hermitage is going to be harder to play in the area that it wants to. Nice. Is the extra 19 points worth it for this is deleting how many flowers? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's deleting a tree. It's just deleting 1 tree. Deleting 1 tree and 4 flowers. So 5 entities gone compared to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And they're deleting 9 better entities. Maybe 8 if I get it in a better spot. So even though this one, it's deleting 2 less, this is deleting 6, I still think it's better to score multiply this one as the first building. Just because it deletes less entities for the future hermitages. And we're locking that placement in. Let's get a wall on the ladder. It's a very long ladder, by the way. See my fishery from all the way out here? I remember placing them. Come on, show them to me. No, I actually can't. That's so funny. Hey, another wall. Hey, another wall. Alright, we don't get to take another wall from the clutches of the hermitage. Deleting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 entities minus 1. We're back to 7. Okay, so this deletes 7 entities, 6 of which are trees. Let's try doing it from the other side now. This deletes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 entities so far. 10 entities, 9 entities. 9, 7 entities. Maybe 6. This is worth 251. So if this deletes 6 entities and one of them, what is it? This is the same amount of point loss as the other one, except for the flower that it deletes is going to be worth less than a blooming tree that gets deleted. So the other guy down here is worth more, and it's also worth more points. We just do this guy. I was gonna see if like rotating him like this was going to delete less things, but I think that's actually gonna delete more. So I'm just gonna get this guy placed down. 271. Doesn't snap, which is a good thing. Okay. And now the next Hermitage, which all of the lumberjacks got played too early, but we live and we learn. Do I play it on the right side or back side? This is worth 164, even if it's deleting more things. I don't care. It's a lot of points. 11 sawmills to get through. Okay. 8 water platforms. God, that's gonna be a lot. And I can get a lot more nature interactions off these guys if I start playing some verdures down here, which... Let's get on that. This one can spawn 5 trees. I don't want to cross over those flowers. I want to wait for a second good water platform before I start playing them there, and I don't think I'm going to get many more, so let's like play one water platform over here. I'm not going to be too gypped if I just get a bunch of blank ones for the time being. Hold on. This guy, can this fit another one? No. Because I want to get a second green water platform here. Or I guess a green water platform over here so it's further away from the flowers might be better. Yeah, I think I'm going to give up on this green water platform. It might be fine to put a hermitage over here. But that's about the extent of it. I'm not going to use up that space for a verdure. I guess I could get more green space by putting plateaus here, but then the water platforms aren't scaling off of each other. And these guys don't get nature interactions, so I'm not benefiting from the trees. Hold on. If I play this guy here, all of these trees are going to benefit all of the water platforms that go around it. I think this might actually be net positive in points. If nothing else for like the nature interactions that come in bonus points at the end of a round. -2 is just that we're not spawning one of the flowers, because it's hidden down there. This is spawning all but one tree, I believe. Yeah, and I don't think it's going to be worth it to find that extra tree. Is it? No, I like this better. Okay, let's start playing some water platforms around this guy. Do I move it up this far, delete some trees, or do I keep it further out? I think I keep it further out. It's fine to have a slight gap there. Buildings can bridge across that gap. We've got a new green one, which I think playing out here would be fine. I really wanted to get one of the like T shapes in here, so I think I might play this guy out here, even if it isn't, what is it, beside any trees. Yeah. Okay, next up, I guess I should place a verdure on this guy to get some points. That is a lot of trees on this one guy. 20 points. Ooh, 'cause it's turning the flowers into fish. I like that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that all 9 trees? No, that's... Wait, how am I getting 20 points here? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's 8 trees and then 12 points from fish. So I'm getting all but 1 tree. I'll lock it in. That's good enough. Fishers here could be fine now because of the 3 new fish that I spawned, but I don't think so. Got the fisher out here. Can't really benefit off that much yet. So I'm just going to cover them up with water platforms again. And plateaus like water platforms, right? Yeah, at a rate of 5. So I don't need to worry that much about them not seeing any plateaus. Ooh, a new green one. Do I want to put green area here? I feel like it's like too boxed out. It's not going to benefit future water platforms. I think here is fine. No, because then I only have space to build out here and here anyways. Here would probably be the most likely spot, because then I can build out one to the side here, like a T shape, and then other water platforms around here. But if I place this guy here, it creates a more central area for my hermitages, which again, okay, so they can't go on wood, which is what I'm trying to like make a consideration for. I need to play them on the green area. So I think having here with some more trees will make me hit that hermitage with more plants, and that is worthwhile. How many trees can I spawn? Can I get all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna go with the 8 trees again. I'm not gonna look for the last one. That's good with me. New water platform, nice. We're no longer getting that T-shape there, but I'm just sacrificing that space. Don't really care about it. I should save a T-shape to get further underneath this, and then another T-shape would have to follow it up. So let's get some squares up top, I guess. How far can this hermitage see? Because I wanted to see this water platform. Oh, it's gonna have to be on this edge. I think I'll line it up exactly with this guy then, and hope that, yeah, I get a T-shape to fit in here, and that this guy can see, yeah, that water platform for 5 points. Let me just do that again, because that was pretty quick. Okay, but this guy was a more like load-bearing T-shaped spot, because there's 27 points to be had here, when there's only 20 points, and not as many nature interactions to be had here. Yeah, I'll switch it up high. That's fine. All right, 18 points. Not worth enough. I could get another one here. How much is a T-shape worth? I think it was worth like 22. Double check. Nope, still worth 20. All right, looks like a score block is going there then. So I'm getting a lot more of them. It's so weird that like I don't want the T-shape blocks for like once in my life for water platforms. Can I get this guy to fit in nicely anywhere? Right here. Right here. Okay. If I can, I'll place a few more plateaus to make my hermitages score a bit better. But not yet. Let's work on other buildings. Do I need to work on other buildings? What other buildings would I work on? I guess the lumberjack now. Spawned a few more trees down here, but the lumberjack should wait for the hermitage. What is going to make this hermitage better? Water platforms and trees. Am I spawning any more trees down here? I mean, I could probably fit in more here, but like that's also like... It feels like I just lost these points because I didn't place this guy down before playing any of my water platforms, and that's a mistake. So I might just save this guy for fish, especially if I can tag it with like 4 fishers. Might be worth more nature it's going to be worth more nature interactions overall. Unless I get lumberjacks down in this area that hit all of these trees, and they did. Yeah, it's trees down here. So this was a misplay. I saw a 9. Oh, because I think that's deleting a tree but spawning a flower. That's not something I want to do. Is this just spawning more trees? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's spawning all the trees. None of the flowers, but I don't... I guess flowers I could care about because I'm going to put down 2 hermitages here. Better, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trees, 2 flowers. Perfect. Well, not perfect. I could spawn 1 more flower and then it would be perfect, but it's as good as I want to get it. Question of putting down the hermitages first or the lumberjacks. Hermitage is worth 76. It's going to delete 1, 2, 3 trees. I could probably make it delete. Yeah, just these 3. That means that every lumberjack that I place, which is 4, probably 5, is going to take -3 points. And those are all nature interactions, so they're going to earn me more bonus points at the end. So I should be placing my lumberjacks before my hermitages. As odd as that is. Feels like proper sequencing. Bonus points makes it improper. I'll just place them for where they're worth the most, honestly. Now, I should, before I play this guy for 34, because this guy's only worth like 29 off of points on trees. Is this guy worth 29 anywhere else? It's like this is hitting more trees overall. So this is just more nature interactions. So that means more points total. And then I'm also not tanking my hermitage score over there. Yeah, because I think that this is, yeah, still the most trees, like anywhere in the map. This guy is not seeing one of those lumberjacks. This is 24 points off of trees. This is worth 26 points off of trees. Alright, I'll place one here, even if it deletes a tree. Next up. I think I like this up here. 36 points off of, well, 32 points off of trees alone. 4 points from a statue is good enough. Now I could look for sawmills in the area, and I could like be willy-nilly with the leading trees, I guess, because I'm not going to hit many more lumberjacks. I also don't have any verdure for my fishers now, and that was like something that I wanted to plan for. Hold on, can you fit in back here? No. Can you fit in back here? Also no. Can you rotate to fit in back here? Can you sneak back here? Rough. Can I get 8 points off of this wall anywhere? I can't. There's one. There's two. I've already placed lighthouses out here, so I don't want to place fishers here because lighthouses can get an extra 5 points per fisher that they see. So this looks like a spot where a lighthouse is going to go down. Let's see what the range of the lighthouse is like. Pretty damn far. So I can get like a fisher up here to make sure that it's still in range of this lighthouse. I would also like it to be in range of this guy. Okay, good. And then this fisher I'll place outside of the range of the other one, but still hitting the 2 fish. And then one more guy down here that does the same. I would also like to play one out here. Yes. And then this guy hits these 2 fish, hopefully. And is hopefully in the range of... Yeah, this guy sees... it sees everybody but the one on the right. And just by such a small amount. I guess this one's going to see everything. Don't need to cry over spilt milk. 6 points, that's an effective 11. Don't think I'm getting better than an effective 11 on a fisher. This guy over here, even though he's -3, is an effective 7. Because he's going to be in range of 2 lighthouses. Well, he might be in range of 2 lighthouses. But up here. Effective 7. Effective 5. I think I can just play like 7s over here instead. Yeah, I can play 7s all day long. I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, I need to play this one first, because it's not going to detect the one up... Oh, no, I need to play this one first, because it will detect the one down below, but the one down below won't detect the one up top. It's like here, and then here. That is proper sequencing. Now, we should look for more nature interactions on these guys, because that's worth an extra 2 points at the end. So, like, this guy is worth more because it's 7 points. This guy is worth 6 points, but this nature interaction counts for 2 bonus points at the end, so he's actually worth 8. I should then be saving these fishers in case I get one more verdure so that I can slap it down somewhere for these guys. The hermitages I wanted to wait until after I played the lumberjacks. I have played the lumberjacks. I might get a few more, but I'm not gonna play around it. This deletes 3 trees, so we're placing this hermitage first because I don't think there's a better spot for one. This might be more nature interactions. Oh, do I want to do that math? If I can fit one in here for like 50, I'll play it over playing a 69 over here. This is also pretty nice, but again, just slightly too large. It's taunting me, man. I know if I spent more time on it, I could get it to fit, but... This is also worth 96. Oh, because that's because they're all blooming trees. And I'm looking for nature interaction points here, specifically. $53 points with a 30 negative. 69 points with a 20 negative. So this is 89 points total. This is 51 plus minus... Hold on. Come on, let me fit you back in where you were before. right there, 53. This is minus 30, so that's an effective 83 points compared to 89 points. But this one's hitting more trees. 10. Sorry, no, this is an effective 83 points, which is still less than the 89 over there. So the other one is, this one is hitting more trees as well, so it is just better. I think the only argument to be made is, no, this guy isn't even hitting better, because it's hitting blooming trees and lumberjacks. This guy is hitting more. No, because it's hitting all the water platforms. This guy is better on nature interactions. Oh, 55. Okay, we'll take those. And then this guy, 74 compared to 73. We'll do... Oh, there's a 76. Take a 76 after I know what this building is. A lumberjack, which probably going down over there. So it doesn't matter if we delete these trees. 76. Okay. I guess I could make that better by putting a plateau down here. No better time to start a plateaus than right now. They're not going to do me any better. Which one to place my last couple buildings? Because now it's just more like personal preference mostly. I could look for like where my guild hall is going to be best. I feel like it has to be down near my hop field somewhere here. 60 isn't bad. 62 is getting better. Could play a lumberjack in the area to make it worth more. Down here is already 60 points. So I could look to make something happen over here. But I'd have to get a tavern over here. That is going to be too hard to place. So the spot is looking like it's over here. So any building that I place in this area that I haven't done so already is going to be worth an extra 12 points. I would like to do so because then I can place my fish kites around these guild halls afterwards to make more. They score off of lighthouses. Going to be hard to get those points. They score off of statues and hermitages. I guess we've got one fish kite spot over here, a second one here, and a third one here. And I guess this one can tag the guild hall, because I'm thinking it's only a loss of 3 points if I place a fish kite like on top of where the guild hall is going to go. You know what? I could ship it on this guy early, but like all of these guys are going to be surrounding this tower. Let's do it on this side. Here. I don't think there's a way to make my guild hall tag that, but it is an extra 15 points per fish kite, which is worth it. Much better than the extra 12 points that it would give a guild hall. So let's center around it again. Can I get the statue? No, the statue's too far away. Okay, so it is just all the hermitages in the tower from this side. $55 points compared to, I don't know if I can go anywhere else to make it worth more. If I play it all the way down here, I think a guild hall will be able to be in range. Oh, 65. Oh, because I'm hitting the other statue. Okay, sure. Let's do that. And the guild hall could be in range for 12. Right, no, I need to save this fish kite spot because the guild hall goes down first to the fish kite goes down after. So I can start sprawling out plateaus from over here to do basically nothing, or I can start sprawling plateaus out here to do basically nothing. I can wait on more breweries for my tavern, but like waiting on any buildings when I have to score 240 points to get new ones is just a pipe dream. So that's not something I should play around. 34 points is fine. I don't think there's going to be a better spot. 34. That does lower this guy's position though, but I don't see a way around that. 24 is a good second option. 24 is looking like the way to go. This is going to negatively impact my guild hall though, so I need to wait on playing that one. If I play a lumberjack closer down here, it will help out my guild hall, but a lumberjack is going to be worth more elsewhere. A sawmill here is going to help out my guild hall, and I can play one for 28 points here. I feel inclined to do so. A fisher here, I think, it is not in range of the guild hall. This guy's worth 72? 74. Okay, if I place a fisher in range, it's going to be an extra 12 points. Can I put a fisher in range? This guy's worth an effective 7. I can get 7 elsewhere. Ooh, hold on. But this one is scoring off of 3 fish, which adds bonus points. So this guy's actually -1, which means that he's going to be worth 11 points. Effectively. As long as this guild hall is able to be in range of him, but I don't think it's going to. Hold on, that was 84 points compared to the 74 that I had before. Okay, so it's an effective 9 points. That's still better than the 7 or 8 that I can find elsewhere. This does pull the guild hall lower though, which might make it harder to tag with a second fish kite. I think I don't want to do that. Let's add the building pack. It's not going to change anything. Wall here adds 12 points. Wall over here adds 42. The ladder must grow. The factory must grow. Okay. Still thinking a lumberjack up here is it. There's too many trees in the area, even after the hermitages, to offset or to like get nature bonus points, nature interaction bonus points, than like playing one down here worth the same amount. Even if it was worth more. Oh, hey, 31 points. Still not better than 25, and all of these trees are like bonus 2 points. The only reason this guy's worth less is because there's so many lumberjacks in the area. It's just going to be hard to get sawmills to score off of these guys, but I'm less worried about that building. Don't want to consider it. I said that I wanted to play the tavern after the guild hall. I think it's just time to send the guild hall. There's not many buildings that I have the option of like adding to this area for a good amount of points. So it was 74, then I can get the fish kites down for 70 points. I think there's going to be an 80 if I get that second statue, right? There is. And that also means that I can play one out here to take that guild hall and all the hermitages for 70 points. Great stuff. Great stuff. If I draw a tower here, that's minus 15 points. Nah, I don't care. Ooh, it's actually a gain of some points because I can maybe get the tower in range of this brewery. No, I'm not getting the tower in range of this brewery. It's just going to be placed close so that it itself can score off of all the hop fields. Got 53 at max? Yep. Okay. This brewery probably isn't any better over here. It is 34 points now. Okay. Compared to, I think this was 24 points. Yeah, it goes over here then. Having 4 taverns in the same area feels like wrong. Plateau spam, I guess? What's stopping me? Space. I want to make sure that I'm building out to it. I don't even need to attach it to one plateau. I could just start building a square out here to make sure that they all hit each other. Right, then we offset at about half its length, like so. Then like that seems to be good enough. And then this one, we go at about the same half length away. We can also hold C to squish it in just a little bit closer. And then we're going to hope that this one can tag the top building. It cannot. Okay. Well, this one can tag everything, so that's what we place next. This one can tag all but one building. This one tags a lot. Let's go there. 24 is good. Sure. Sure. All right, then I can choose which direction I want to build in. That's 20. Is this going to be anything more? 16. This is also worth 20. Let's do it there. Ah, 4 fissures. I was not looking forward to getting another fissure. Let's do the sawmills first. If I can get an average of 25 points per sawmill, that means I can get 1 more building. Which is a big ask of sawmills. But I can be comfortable in deleting trees now, finally. 23 is our base. 46 is not bad at all. 48 is even better, and that's also taking the other sawmill. Okay, yeah, we're getting another building. Can I fit one in here? No. 60 points is a crazy amount. Can't fit one here. We'll take a 39. Hopefully leave enough space for another. Nope, 23 is better on the other side. Can I fit any up here? 24, it's not great, but it's not terrible. There's no way that I can fit one in the center here, right? Yeah, it just doesn't look possible. Next up. This is now worth 10, because we've fit so many sawmills in this area. That's worth nothing. That's worth not enough. 23 is looking like a good option. We've got the backups of like 14s around these guys down here. Just a bunch of them. Looks like this is going to be our last score loop as well. 10 points, which I don't really want to do. Yeah, right, because I should just be playing them for 14s now. Hey, another fish kite. That's a possibility for good points, but I don't think I have any good spots left for them. And there's definitely not a world in which I get 260 points. So that's not going to matter. We've got 25 here. We've got 30 here, which is better. Can I hit an extra hermitage? No. There's no way that I'll be able to take a lighthouse in any of these to make them worth more points. This one over here is also worth plus 25. So, the illusion of choice. Take a plus 30. Oh, wait. I stand corrected. 40 points. Fishers. Where can I get some nature interactions with them now? And that's it. I'm curious to see how much score loops are going to be, because I think on one of my other runs, Manufactory, I had done something similar, and I got up to like, I think it was like 300 points per on like the score loops here, and I only got to like 80k as a score, so I don't think this is going to be world record material. Let me just double check what the leaderboards look like for this, because I think the top is like, yeah, 97k. This is definitely going to get me second, easily, 100%, but it's not going to get me up to 90k. If I play the earlier islands better, if I got a better island 4, for sure, there is not a chance for an infinite here. The draw 1 is just too limiting. I was really hoping that this was going to be similar to Temple Trouble, where you get like a massive amount of boons, like 2 of whatever you want, and then maybe the choice, like you have the chance of getting a 3rd copy of what you want, and your draw never gets limited. It's always 6. Then you could go infinite with this. I believe. As it stands, not happening. All right, 71k. Granted, that was a lot of nature interaction points. Definitely more than the other one. Definitely more than Manufactory. Nasana, just a bit too late again. And so then on this island, I think you could get like an extra 3,000 points, but then that's only 74k. It's not worth it to run. If I wanted to get a world record in this, I believe it to be easy, so long, well, I shouldn't say easy. I believe it to be doable if I were to not get a sand pit area on, what is it, the final island. If I could stock up a few more rerolls, like I just need to play better. This is a rush run. It was a lot of fun to try doing it. It's not as explosive as I thought it was going to be. I thought there was going to be a lot of shuffling the buildings that you chose back into your bar, but because not all of the buildings are unlocked, it's really hard to get those single buildings later on that are going to only add one to the pool, like every time it gets rolled. So you can't like only take those buildings. You have to take things that fill up your bar. Right. Let's end the run, which I guess I have to place all my buildings to get that to happen. Wait. Oh, and I can't undo that. Do I have no way to get enough points because there's no statues that spawn naturally on this island? What I wanted to see was if you don't take statue pack the first time around. Oh, right. Wait, I forgot that, yeah, because I don't take statue pack the first time around, I'm not going to get the buildings that I want. Hold on. What? Why did I get plateaus as one of my first offerings? What? I just skimmed over that. Whatever. Also, terrible island for sand pits, by the way. That does it for today. I wish you well on the rest of your day, you guys. Have a good one.